All right, good morning, Denver Bronco fans. Joe Rico, Alex Ramirez. The final word is back. It is our 13th NFL season, and it begins today. Good morning to my partner, El Guapo, Suavecito Caballero. Alejandro,
weekend,
baby. How you doing, man?
Weekend, Joey, man. Are you fired up, man?
Man, I'm fired up. I'm pumped up, man.
We've been waiting for this for a long, long time.
Yep, we have. And let's just face it, baseball has opening day, and I was talking to some of the fans out there. There's already a big crowd out here at number 38. We are live. Come on down. Join us. Huge parties. This place will be packed each and every NFL Sunday, and it all begins at 10:30 with the final word. Doors open at 11. Come join us each and every Sunday for what promises to be an exciting NFL season, and more importantly for us, Alex, an exciting Denver Broncos season. Let's start by talking about today's game. They open up with the Tennessee Titans, a team not expected to do very well this year. The Broncos 8.5-point favorites. And I was excited driving in. 8.5. But let me just say this. There's already been a little bit of enthusiasm that has been tempered as I found out that Mr. Dre Greenlaw will not be playing today. Not active today. And I think that's one of the big things we talked about when you and I were breaking down, the keys to the season. Yeah. I said injuries are going to be the key to this season, and we're already off to a poor start. What do you think that will happen today with minus Dre Greenlaw?
Well, you look at
on defense.
That was the biggest free agent acquisition, along with the Fungo, right?
Yeah,
Fungo will be playing today, right?
Yeah, he's already been named a team captain.
There he is. Well, there you go. That's all that matters. But listen, first of all, I want to just get the vibe, man. There's a DraftKings party, VIP party coming out. We got our friends coming out here from the Grease Diva Garage. We got Bill Foss coming out from Suavecito Tequila.
Got the great Troy Renck coming on.
Troy Renck's going to be joining us as well. Listen, man, this is a fantastic time. There, Bill just showed up right there. It's going to be a fantastic time all season long. To go into specifics though with this game, JoJo, if you look at how this game is going to be played out, Greenlaw was a guy that the Broncos were targeting for a while, and Shanahan and what's his name?
John Lynch.
John Lynch. Yep. They went out to
It's funny how
Texas.
I can read your mind after 13 years.
It's crazy. They went out to Texas to try to get this guy resigned, and he's also obviously coming off an injury. And one of his issues is he's been injured a lot. Well, here we go. Week 1, he's not playing. So what does that tell you about how that acquisition works? You know what? Maybe they don't need him yet, Joe. But I think if he had to play, I think you probably could play, right?
Well, he could have played. And, I think our good buddy, you and I were out here with Alex Singleton a few weeks ago, about a month ago, for the Make-A-Wish charity event. Great job by Alex that night. And you and I were talking to him, and I asked him specifically about Dre Greenlaw. And it was off the record, so I don't want to hold Alex Singleton accountable for anything. But what he said is, hey, man, if we get 10 to 12 games from this guy, I'll feel good about that. And what he meant was, hey, his injury is not coming back right away the way kind of they thought it would. It's going to take a little bit longer. And now I kind of think that just kind of slapped me in the face today, those words, 10 to 12 games. I'm going to say this. I don't think he's going to be needed today against a very, very modest Titans offense.
We got to stop saying that, man. We don't know what.
We don't really know what Tennessee is, right? We don't know what Cam Ward is.
We have no idea what's going to happen there.
Well, it's true.
We got to temper our expectations a little bit, Joey, as they always say. We got to find out if this Tennessee Titan team is for real or not for real. 8.5 points for a first game of the season. What did I tell you about the cab driver special in Las Vegas?
Let me tell you this right now.
Don't touch the first 4 games of the NFL season.
If I had to lean, I'd be leaning towards the Titans. The week 1 games in the NFL, in case you haven't noticed, generally are very low scoring. They're generally not your best football. I remember some of the worst football I've ever seen because these guys don't play in the preseason anymore, Alex. So these games, you were the one who said this, the first 2 or 3 weeks is basically preseason. These guys are going to learn how to play football together. The Greenlaws, the Fongas, the Evan Ingrams. It's all based on timing,
Nicks, man.
Well, right, but I'm saying all this is based on timing, and there's no way in week 1 the timing's going to be what it is.
Yeah,
in week
and
15.
I get it when they bring
Take the under. Take the under.
Well, I'm not there yet, Joey. And we have some time to talk about that.
Under.
We'll talk to Troy Renck, the assassin, and he'll let us know what he thinks because we're not gambling.
Nah,
we're not gambling, guys.
We're just guys having fun. We're having fun.
We're not a tout service here. We're simply entertainers. We're not journalists, exactly right.
Joey. No, we have a lot of fun here.
We have a lot of fun at what we do. Speaking of a lot of fun, how about that Colorado Buffaloes game yesterday?
Well,
how about Ryan Staub steals the show as Colorado Buffaloes beat the Delaware Blue Hens yesterday,
31-7. And let me just tell you this, and I'm glad for CU. Congratulations to Ryan Staub. And I'm not going to knock the CU Buffs. It was a great. It was a win they needed. Okay. But they didn't really there wasn't any intensity to that football game. I rewatched as much of it as I could. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. The biggest treat was watching Ryan Staub. I mean, this kid wasn't supposed to be part of the plans, right? It was Juju. It was Salter.
He was at media day. Right. He was sitting on the table with Juju.
Listen, man, the crowds got as loud for Ryan Staub as I've ever seen them get for a quarterback, man. This guy was having some fun out there, right? And I'm going to say this. This year, the Buffs are not going to win 10
Hold
games.
On, Joe. Hold on, man.
Games. But they can have some fun,
Ryan
right?
Staub. 2 touchdowns, 157 yards passing.
Right.
And whatever you want to call it, a 3-game horse or
three-man competition.
Yeah, you got in Troy Renck, great column last night. He said, "Hey, if you don't got one quarterback, you got 3 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks."
Right.
I wasn't expecting anything from Juju yesterday. He's a freshman, man. He's still young, man. He's still trying to adapt. He looked a little lost out there. But Caden Salter, come on, man. And I was watching this, and even when he got into the last couple series in the game, he looked lost. He looked like he didn't belong.
Wait. A lot of that, though, is on Pat Shurmur, okay? Because Pat Shurmur is trying to force Caden Salter to run an offense that he is not capable of running. And it's very clear he's not. You want to know why Ryan Staub looks so good? He's been in this offense, and you and I were up at Media Day, and they mentioned this is his 3rd year in the Pat Shurmur offense, and it meant a lot. The ball was out of his hand quick.
It showed a lot, Joe.
It showed a lot. And I'm going to be honest, the number one thing that you're going to have here now is a locker room that's going to be divided. And that's what's tough about having more than one quarterback. You're going to have some people in the locker room who are young freshmen who are like, hey, both these guys suck. Get Juju in there. Come on, it's our time. Then you're going to have guys who were transferred from the 5th-year seniors who thought Caden Salter and were promised him. And then you got guys right in the middle, right, who've been with the program 3 years. They all want Ryan Staub. I'm going to tell you the worst thing.
I didn't look at it
the
like
worst
that.
thing. You're going to have guys fighting. You played in the locker room. You do at Green Mountain with the quarter, but not at that level.
Not on this level. But
you know what I mean.
You made a great point, Joey, that there are 3 different kinds of players. There's the Juju freshman class.
The new boys.
There's the Caden Salter guys.
The old vets.
The old guys, the old heads from Liberty that want to make him, he looks good.
All the people who transferred promised.
And then Ryan Staub, guy who's been with part of the Pat Shurmur system for a while. So it's a team. I'm really interested.
I mean, it's going to be
starts next Friday at Houston.
No idea. You'll be in Las Vegas, Nevada at a casino watching that game. And I'm going to be sitting there admiring you. I just got back. By the way,
let's talk about your vacation.
Yeah, by the way, man, I've been gone for a week straight. I've been in Vegas. I've been in San Diego. I've been pretty much everywhere in the West Coast, Arizona. But let me just say this. The one thing I was thinking of all day yesterday was not the vacation. It was the debut. Not the debut, the opening day for the Denver Broncos. And I want to ask you a question because we're not big baseball guys, right? I mean, we're okay with it, but we're not big baseball guys. But one thing I give baseball.
Don't look at me like that.
Why did you just say baseball on an opening?
That's what I mean.
One of those prohibited words.
Listen. But opening day in baseball is a national event. They get it right. The one thing I do recommend for baseball fans, they get opening day right.
Well, maybe in New York, or
right, and in Boston, right. When
Chicago,
I get it, St. Louis.
Baseball really means something.
But listen, man. I'm talking about in the NFL though. They don't give opening day. It just doesn't have the same national vibe. You know what I mean?
Here's my rebuttal to that, Joey. First of all, Thursday Night Football, Cowboys,
insane.
Eagles.
Great game.
What a game.
Great game.
Friday night in Brazil, Chiefs and Chargers.
Yeah.
What a game.
I don't say
Friday
what a
nights,
game.
by the way, Friday nights, by the way, should be dedicated to high school kids.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
They should not have done that.
They're not doing it next year anyway. They can't.
Well,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that game was, although it was great, and Justin Herbert scares the crap out of me. He looked amazing. But when you look at how the NFL operates, Joey, they went international.
Yep.
Obviously, they went with the first.
They're taking
the
over
first game of
Christmas
the
Day.
year. First
Yep.
game of the year was
Yep.
as it is every year. The Super Bowl champions host
Mhm.
the first game, which is great. And the Cowboys, unfortunately, they did not. Well,
What do you mean,
I don't
unfortunately,
care.
man? I think it's hilarious. You know what? Let me just say this about the Dallas Cowboys,
Hey,
okay?
man, when that game was at a halftime or whatever, in that rain delay,
Yeah.
when they were like, I don't even know, were you in San Diego? Were you in Tijuana?
Are you talking about the Brazil game or the Dallas
The
game?
Dallas game, man.
Okay, yeah,
I don't
okay.
even know where you were at that. Were you at
Yeah.
Bruno Mars?
I was at the
Sphere?
Sphere. I was
At the
actually at the Sphere.
Okay, well, anyways, what happened, Joey? Let me just
I
fill
was
you
just
in.
watching the hottest show in Vegas.
Yeah, by the way, that might be a cool thing to do. But anyways,
Yeah.
listen, when that game went delayed and they started showing weather reports and saying, the game will be back in about an hour and 15 minutes. I was with my dad watching the game. I'm like, Dad, what's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Now, immediately they lost
Tons of viewers. Tons of
Not their
viewers.
fault. Not
No,
their fault.
but I will
Mother
say this.
Nature
They need to
controls
change
everything.
it. They need to change the way they do opening day in the NFL. I
You think
disagree
it should
with
be
this.
just one day?
One day. Get everybody on the same page. Yeah, maybe a
It's too
Monday
big,
night
Joe.
game.
It's too big.
Maybe a Monday night game. I get it. I understand they have all these franchises now. I got a contract with
Opening
Amazon.
weekends Thursday, Friday, Sunday,
Right.
and Monday. That's a 4-day.
And
weekend, man.
but I'm just telling you, man, I agree with that. It'll never change. I just miss it. I wish they could just have one day where everybody partied together.
Well, guess what, Joe?
and I guess they don't do
The
that.
UFC says hi, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's talk about flooding the market.
Yeah.
I wish I had hair, Joey.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
when
have
you
hair.
talk about flooding the market, how many professional fighting leagues are there now?
Oh, at least a handful, but I'm sure there's way more than that.
Right.
I mean, you got Pride, you got UFC, you've got, the bare knuckle stuff.
You've got Bellator.
Bellator.
I mean, you have 5 fighting organizations right now in in combat sports, and that's what Alex and I specialize
but
in.
At the end of the day, though,
It's UFC and everybody else.
listen. This fight I'm going to on Saturday night in Las Vegas, Canelo and Crawford, that's by 3 different organizations. Okay, we got the UFC involved. We got obviously Dana White. That's his part. You got the Saudi Arabian media people that are handling that, and then you got the WBC, which is our good friend Stephen Blade just walked in here because that's a fighter that represents. It's a fighter that represents the WBC.
Yep.
So, hey, we're on the speaker now.
Are we
Here
on
go.
speaker
This is
live?
awesome.
Okay, all right. Hey,
All right, come on down
Let's
here.
ready to
It's number
party.
38, man. Number
all right,
38
man.
is
Number
rocking and rolling.
38 is rocking and rolling. We're gonna have
DraftKings
we're gonna have to
killing
try.
it. They have a big
DraftKings
party
is
coming
killing
out
it.
here.
Love it.
VIP party.
Hey, real quick though, there's a couple things I do want to get to yesterday in college football. Okay,
Yeah.
one, Arch Manning. Okay, I mean Arch Manning's the most hyped guy I've ever met. And I'm not knocking Arch Manning by any means. He's not the one bringing this attention to himself. He's just getting the attention. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's not Eli Manning. That's certainly not Peyton Manning. Okay, he's going to be it'll be a long way to go before he's. And you remember he couldn't even beat out Quinn Ewers. You said this yourself 3 weeks ago. Listen, man,
19
telling
to
you.
30.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing?
San Jose State.
Right, exactly. San Jose State, who was in the game, by the way.
Well, guess what?
They were in the game.
Guess what Ohio State did to Grambling yesterday?
Oh my God, 70 to nothing, right?
Okay.
But
So
I'm
you
just
can't
telling you.
compare
Wait, I'm
apples to
just
oranges.
telling
It
you
doesn't
right
work that
now.
way.
But Arch Manning is going to be one of those guys, man, that I just think is going to be way overhyped, man. I'm just mark my
He's
words.
also a sophomore.
Right. I'm just telling you, mark my words,
Dude,
I think the guy's
just
going to be
because
overhyped.
his last name is what it is
Right.
doesn't mean he's
I think he's overhyped. I mean, his name being Manning is the reason why he gets all the attention. I'm not going to put him in the Hall of Fame like some of these guys are right away because he played well against San Jose State. He did not look very good against Ohio State. And Ohio State, by the way, looks like a pretty good football team.
Listen, man, the game against Ohio State, think about it. Your first game, Joe, you coming out.
It wasn't
as
his
a
first
freshman.
game.
All right, he played 3 games behind Brock Ewers last year.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers. Yeah.
Quinn Ewers, whatever. Is that guy in the NFL anymore?
No, and that's
Did
what
he-
I
did
mean.
he
He
get
couldn't
cut?
even beat that guy out last year.
My point is why would we put a guy on a pedestal and say, hey, you're supposed to go out there and beat the national champions
Right.
in the horseshoe
Yep.
and expect to have a big performance like that? No, it doesn't happen, man. Joe Burrow's first performance when he played in college. He didn't have a great performance. Peyton Manning, Eli
Manny,
Manning, none of these guys.
wait. I'm just telling you this. I have a right to say, I think it's not just based on one game either, okay?
So you
I'm just
can't
talking
base it
about
off of that, yeah.
what I'm saying is I've seen him. I've been watching him now. I watched all 3 starts last year. I watched first 2 starts. He is, if his name wasn't Manning, he'd just be another guy. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and we'll see if that changes, but the game's changed. That stand-up quarterback that doesn't run around, doesn't move, those guys are moving out, in case you haven't noticed. And now it looks like the game's changed where the guys have got to be able to run a little bit.
RPOs, baby.
They
RPOs.
have that RPO.
Yeah.
I just think that I just think Arch Manning's a little hyped up.
in the back. He has a lot of tendencies. He looks like his uncle.
That's what I mean. He looks like Peyton, to be honest with you.
More than anything, right?
More than
Do you
anything.
not agree? He looks like Peyton. His stature.
Yeah,
The way
the way.
up,
But I'm just
his
saying,
shoulders move to
the
left to
game,
right.
and I think the game has moved past
Nick,
that.
what are your thoughts on Archie and
Arch Manning.
or would you pick him number 1 next year?
Are you going to? Is Arch Manning going to be the number 1 overall
If he goes
pick
out,
next year?
Cooper,
No.
his dad said,
No.
no, it's not happening.
No.
I mean, this is week 2 of the season too. We're
Let's
we're-
respect
we're-
that.
Everybody's
we're
always
slaughtering this
overhyping it
kid.
up. There's Dr.
we're
Shannon.
slaughtering this kid for his,
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
we're slaughtering this kid 2 games into his first full season.
Well, I'm not
And
slaughtering
add
him.
to that,
I said
too.
he's
Joey,
overhyped.
I'm not slaughtering
Just
him.
so you know, too,
I think he's
Quinn
overhyped.
Ewers did make the 53-man roster
Did
for
he
the
really?
Dolphins.
Who did?
Quinn
I'm sorry?
Ewers.
So
Yeah,
here's
okay.
what's funny
He
about
did
that.
make the 53-man.
Here's what's funny
I'm
about
glad.
that. He could have left last year. I believe Vanderbilt University asked, or he could have transferred.
Yeah.
And got like $10 million.
Yeah, I think it was $25 million.
And whatever it was, NIL money or whatever it would have been. Now he's getting what, the rookie minimum, which is what? I don't know. Well, I'm not saying it's nothing to sniff
Quinn
at.
Ewers, he's making 4.3 mil.
It's
not bad.
his full contract for the entire.
Hang on, let me pull it back up.
Yeah, it's not 1 year. I can guarantee you that. It's not.
Well, yeah, no, he's a
That's-
quarterback. He could very well have made. He
No,
could very well be.
No.
stuck for that.
His rookie slot's like $1.5 million, maybe $900,000. Bottom line is, he could have gone. He could have stayed in college. Is what I'm trying to get at,
Right.
guys. And he would have made
More money,
20
probably.
times what he would have made now in the NFL.
What's his contract? Man?
I'm trying to pull it up. Hang on,
Okay.
I clicked
Bottom
on the
line,
wrong
is,
Anyway, let's-
hold on,
let's
Joey.
finish
Bottom line is, sometimes staying in college is getting paid.
Let me say this: why do you think that the Caden Solder kid transferred again to the 5th
Because
year?
he
can get
thought
paid.
he more make money.
He's not going to. He's not going to the NFL.
He might not even start next Friday
No,
against
exactly.
Houston. Next.
Exactly, but you get what I was saying is exactly what you're saying. Sometimes it's wiser. These kids can make more money now
Yeah.
staying in college and transferring to another university than they
Correct.
can going to the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'm with you on that. And by the way, if I'm 20 and I got a sexy girlfriend and I'm loving the college life, you're a college graduate. I'm not. You're a college graduate. You did 5 years and got a master's degree. So let me just ask you though. There's something to being in college, right? Having your girlfriend, being in school.
Well, first
That
of all,
life, I know you.
First of all, I wasn't the starting quarterback at Metro
I
State
get it.
University
I get
because,
it.
first of all, Metro doesn't have
Doesn't
a
have
football
fun.
team.
But you understand what I'm saying. College life is different, man.
college life.
It's not
is
a full
different.
adult life yet. I mean, my daughter's a junior at Metro State, where you went,
Roadrunners.
and she's moved. They have dorms now. They just built
We
dorms.
didn't have
at
dorms,
Metro. I
Joe.
know they just built them. And
There was
guess
no
what?
Ubers. There was no Lyfts. There was no
Hey,
social media when I went to school.
Well, guess what?
Guess what?
My daughter is going to be the first one to move into the dorms at Metro State, your alma mater.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful, man. That is the final word.
4
history.
years, 4.3 million.
That's what I
Alright,
said.
With
What
a
does that break down?
with the signing bonus, like $133,000, something like
He
that.
made more money last year in college
Yep, than he did in the NFL.
than he
But
did.
did he have any time left too? He played 4 seasons.
No,
That's
he
right.
had,
He
he had
made-
1 year left.
He had 1 year
He had
left.
1 year left?
Yeah,
and
he was a
like, you know what?
junior
And he
last year.
thought he was a little bigger than he thought he was. And obviously, if you have a Hall of Fame kid or whatever,
Well, Arch
behind
Manning,
you,
let me roll
he was
this
gonna
back
get-
to
he was
Arch.
gonna
I
get
got
it.
it. I don't care about this guy. I'm talking about Arch Manning. I'm going to go on record right now because that's what we do on the final word. I'm Joey Big Balls, and I'm going to put my big balls on the table, and I'm
All
going
right,
to tell
man. I
you,
don't wanna hear like
Arch
that.
Manning.
I know
is
we're not
freaking
governing anymore by the
overhyped.
FCC, but
He
Yeah,
is
yeah.
overhyped. You got it?
Hey,
Huevos.
hey,
Grande
Joe.
huevos. He's overhyped. That's it. I'm
All right.
done with him.
That's good,
Let's
man.
get back to the
Hey,
ball. Let's
listen,
get
the
back
cr-
to our game.
listen,
Let's get back to the
listen,
Broncos
The crowd
game.
is starting to
By the
shuffle
way,
in
it's getting
here.
packed here
Hey,
now.
look, the crowd started shuffling here at number 38 off of 35th and Chestnut. The old Pepsi, the old people, old
Yep.
school people know.
Yep.
There's a private party going on right now for DraftKings.
Yeah, if you're part of it.
Opening weekend, Joe. Some of these early
By the way,
games.
dude, real
Yeah,
quick.
Yeah.
On the other side, we got plenty of room for you. Come on down. We have our own final word table. It's right in the middle of all the action.
Right.
We got my partner's Padre, Miguel Ramirez Sr. He is leading it.
Stephen Blay is over
He is
there.
leading the posse. My son Dion is there. Hall of Famer Stephen Blay is there. Come on down. Join the final word table. We got our good friend Bill Foss down there from Suavecito
Bill Foss
Tequila.
is right here. I can see him.
Right. There he is. He's right here. Come on down. We'll have a shot with you. We'll do a lot of fun stuff today. All right, let's get back to the game, though, because I'm getting hyped up.
Joe,
man.
some of these early games.
All right, go check out some of the early games.
So, Lisa,
what do you got?
For example, let's just go through the line real quick. We got the Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield traveling to Atlanta. All right, early game. Your thoughts on that game right away?
I'm going with Tampa Bay. I don't know enough about Atlanta yet. Atlanta. I don't know enough about Michael
Tampa
Penix
minus
Jr.
1.5, man.
You know what I can tell you? Watch how you say the last name of the Falcons quarterback. It's Michael Penix. Remember, Penix.
Yes, I get it.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Bengals and Browns. Bengals are visiting Cleveland. Joe Flacco's getting the start. Since he's
here's my prediction.
Cincy is favored by 5.5 points.
Here's my prediction. 5th play of the game, Joe Flacco gets smashed to the ground, suffers a separated shoulder.
No, Joe, you never want to wish
comes number 12.
No.
The crowd goes wild, and Shedeur Sanders makes his NFL debut.
Something has happened before that.
Let me just say that because Dylan Gabriel, I'm just saying the Browns. I'll say this: the Bengals defense.
If the Bengals lose to the Browns today in opening weekend, there are some bigger problems.
Anything could happen.
How about the Dolphins? They're visiting Indy. The Dolphins, Indy's 1.5
point favorite.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this: they went with Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. They went with him over Anthony Richardson.
What does that tell you about Anthony Richardson?
His career's done. It was a missed draft. Anybody who I don't understand the Colts. God rest his soul, Jim Irsay. You know, he wanted those guys, these owners, to jump in, the Jerry Joneses, the Jim Irsays, and they want to be part of the process.
They want to be bigger than the game.
They want to be in the mix, right, of drafting these guys and coaching these guys.
I get it.
You can't do that. That's why you ended up with Anthony Richardson. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins all day.
All right, man. Next game, the Raiders go to Indy. I'm sorry, the Patriots. Patriots minus 2.5 points, man.
All I've heard about is Drake made this, Drake made that, Drake made this. I've got people who actually tell me that Drake May is going to have a better year than Bo Nix. I'm not buying it,
man. I like what Pete Carroll, that energy that guy still brings to the building.
Raiders. I got the Raiders in this game. Give me the Raiders.
I like the Raiders.
I think Genti is going to be a stud this year too.
All right, man. We got the Cardinals visiting the New Orleans Saints today. Arizona minus 5.5 points. Are you kidding me?
Arizona.
Is that an over? That's an over, right?
Yeah, that's an over.
All right.
Because I'll say this: the Saints are going to give up 2 or 3 turnovers today. That would be my bet. What's the over under on? Hey Nick,
44.5.
What's the over under on Saints turnovers today?
I don't
look that up for me and put 500 on the over.
All right, man. Let's go another one. The Steelers. Aaron Rodgers visits the Jets, his old team,
and Justin Fields playing his old team.
Yeah, Pittsburgh minus 2.5 points. Look, I was watching some videos, and I don't want to get too analytical about some videos, but I was watching Aaron Rodgers, man. That guy looks old, man. He looks tired.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he was an MVP, 3-4 times? How many? 3 times?
No.
Twice?
The point is,
how many times?
He was an MVP. I don't know.
3 times. I think it's twice.
I think it's twice.
Right.
But my point is,
he doesn't look like an MVP right now, man.
He's not even MVP.
He needs to go back to that. What was that? Ayahuasca? What was
ayahuasca. I think he's using it on the field.
Yeah, he might be, man.
Yeah, I think he's bringing ayahuasca in the huddle. Give me the Steelers in this one. I mean, give me the Jets in this one. Excuse me. I really think Justin Fields is a sleeper guy, a guy that everybody and he's reunited with his old high school or his old college buddy, Garrett Wilson. Yeah. Well, I mean, those guys have gone back. It may even be that old. I mean, you and I feel like I've known you since you were in elementary.
Yeah, well, it feels that way. All right, Joey, moving on. The New York Giants.
Wait. You going with the Jets on that one or the Steelers?
I'm going with the Jets, man.
Me too.
I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers anymore, man.
Me neither.
I think that mystique. I think once you start switching teams, you know,
through the season.
Here's what makes Elway. Here's what makes quarterback Marino. Yes, Favre maybe not so much because he went to the Jets. But when you have a longevity with the team,
one team.
And you stay with that team, I would say Brady and Elway, right?
Yeah.
But if you have
Marino,
if you start I remember when Johnny Namath, when he was playing for the 49ers, and he played
for the LA Rams.
Was
Namath. Are you talking about
at the end? Yeah, at the end. Didn't he play for the
No,
49ers?
he played for the Rams.
Was it the
yeah,
Rams?
he still was terrible. He was
Well,
horrible.
all I'm saying is
you were a little kid. You were 1 year
Well,
old.
it doesn't matter, but you look old. You look tired. Like,
He looked like
why are
he
you
couldn't
trying
move.
to relive
You
your
know what you're
varsity
talking
blues
about?
days,
You know who
man?
you're talking about? The guy who
I
looked
think
old
it was name
was
on the
O.J.
49ers.
Simpson went to the 49ers, and he looked like a shell of himself.
Well, either
Namath
way, it
never
doesn't
played
matter,
for the
man.
49ers,
At the end of
but
the day, man,
bottom
it's
line
like,
is-
you look. Don't do that, man. Don't like if you imagine. Oh, we're going. All right, I'm going to play 2 more years. I'm going to go play for
the Washington
whoever.
Commanders or whatever.
You take away from your longevity on that. All right, so here we go. The Giants, New York Giants, this morning go into the Capitol. They play the Commanders this morning, and the Washington Commanders are favored by 5.5 points. Joe, your thoughts on that?
I'm taking the Commanders. I don't know the Giants.
You know,
I
Russell
think the
Wilson
Giants
makes his
coaching staff-
200th career NFL start today. Only
think the
16
Giants coaching
quarterbacks
staff-
have done that in the NFL. You know that?
I've made a future bet
That's
when
a-
I was in Vegas.
Okay.
It was on first coach to be fired. Mine is Brian Dable. I think the Giants are in for a long year. You'll see Jackson Dart
When
by
do you
week
think
5.
Jackson Dart will
Week
be
5. Week 5.
Gosh, man, you're just so like you're too. You gotta relax, Joe. You came back
I'm
from
on it.
vacation.
I'm in your head.
You gotta
buddy. I'm
relax.
in your
You're
head.
right. I got a lot of
I'm
stuff
reading
going
your
on.
mind.
I'm thinking right now. I'm
But you
thinking.
I just gave you an answer to a question.
I
you
got
didn't
it.
even
I
ask.
get it.
I
You're
love
right. I didn't ask it. All right. So who do you like? You like the Commanders, right?
Yeah, I got Washington all
All
day
right.
on
So
this
we
one.
got the Carolina Panthers visiting our boy, Mr. Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy winner.
Ooh.
The Panthers or the Jacksonville Jaguars are a 4.5 point favorite in this
Man.
game.
Damn.
Dude, is that like one of those like weird stuck? Like I'm stuck in a whole game.
This would be a game where I take a quarter out of my pocket and do the old school or shake the magic 8 ball, right? This is a
Jimmy
cab
Horn
driver
Jr.
special.
made the Panthers, by the
This
way.
is a
Too.
cab driver special. Nobody knows. One of these teams could win 8 or 9 games this year. You don't know. They
Yeah,
may
you
not
don't.
be as bad. I'm just going to say this. I'm going with my boy Travis Hunter, and I'm going to say this. I say Travis Hunter scores his first
Travis Hunter is
going
going
to
to be starting at wide receiver,
Yeah,
and he'll
I
be
think he
playing.
scores his first
and he'll be
touchdown today.
playing mix and match. Little.
Can I say
corner.
that for my bet? I say it's Travis Hunter. If you're going to play some money, put it on Travis Hunter to score his first professional touchdown today. That's what I got.
That would be a good one, Joe. That's a great prop.
I love it.
All your degenerates right now are listening to us in Las Vegas.
Also, I heard Bryce Young has played very well in camp. And what does that mean? Nothing.
Joe,
gives
I've
a crap?
heard you played good in
I
camp
played
last
great.
week
Yeah,
too.
when we were at the training camp, me and you threw the ball outside. You look great.
Hey, I remember that one pass I threw for 50 yards.
It was beautiful.
All of a sudden,
man.
that pass has been on X. It's
Yeah.
been on Instagram.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm a first round pick
You are
in
a
the
first
senior
round
league,
pick.
Joey.
But-
All
yeah.
right, I'll save the Broncos. I'll save the Broncos.
Yeah, let's go to the
game.
next game.
No, I'll save that. That's the next game. The Broncos is the next game, which is the
After-
last game.
Yeah, I mean, the next game of this.
we can wait for that one.
Yeah,
or you want to go?
We'll do it last.
Want to go? You want to go? Okay, next game. 49ers will visit Seattle today,
Ooh.
and they
A
are
lot of
at
division rivals.
San Francisco. And I don't know if Christian McCaffrey will be playing. He has that calf injury,
Yeah,
which is directly affects the Achilles, Joey.
yeah.
So if your calf's not good, you may not want to play.
No, he doesn't need to be
You may
playing.
not want to play, and
He
that
doesn't
could
need to play
affect the
today.
game a lot. San Francisco's depleted at the wide receiver position. Yes, they got Kittle. They got the Italian kid. They got shot last year. I forgot his name.
Ricky
Purcell.
Pearsall.
Yeah, Purcell.
As of 2 hours ago, McCaffrey's good to go according to the 49ers.
There you
That's
go,
big.
man. That's what I like
That's
to
big.
hear. That's our guy,
That's
Nick.
big, man.
Art's pumping in information that we need to know about.
I love it.
These 49ers are a 1.5 point favorite in Seattle. So people don't think a lot about
doesn't-
Seattle. What are your thoughts on
Doesn't
that,
make any
man?
sense, man. You know what it is? It's Sam Darnold. People don't believe in Sam Darnold, and that's what that line tells me. And
That's
I would
another
say that's
one that can
fine.
surprise you, Joe.
I'm going to say this. I'm not a big fan of Brock Purdy. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not saying he's terrible. I think a lot of people are, when I was in Vegas, a lot of people who I think know a lot. I mean, these people were putting $10,000 on bets.
Yeah.
They know their stuff, right? That's all they do.
Yeah.
Alex, they said, I'm out on Purdy. I'm out on the Niners this year. Give me Seattle. I'm just not sold.
Seattle is
Niners.
one of those purgatory teams that we don't know.
We just
anything
don't have enough
about.
information on
All
them.
right, the Detroit Lions visit the
This
Micah Parsons Green Bay
This is my
Packers
game of
in
the day
Lambeau
right there.
Field.
Game of the day right
It's
there.
got to be one of your games you circle on today's
Man,
calendar,
I'm ready
and
for
you're gonna be
that
like,
one.
I'm going to sit down, grab myself a 6-pack of Pepsi,
Yeah.
and you're going to watch
Sure.
this game, eat some
Give me
Cheetos,
12 fireballs
and
a
crush some
12
20
pack of beer.
fireballs, whatever. That's after halftime.
Yeah, halftime.
The Green Bay Packers are only a 1.5 point favorite at this game, Joe. The Lions, Packers. This game could possibly be the
This for the NFC North.
championship
Yeah,
game.
this could be the NFC
But it
North.
also could be the NFC championship game.
Yeah, it could. And I'm going to say this. I think the Eagles have something to say about that. But as far as the NFC North goes,
I'm not convinced with the Eagles, dude.
Yeah, they may not be. I think that's what's great is it's.
I think when your quarterback's a supermodel and you're just too pretty, like Jalen Hurts is.
Well, let me just say this: the Eagles were lucky to win that game. Period. I mean, if you had to, I mean, anybody who thought that the Dallas Cowboys were dead, they're not dead. The Dallas Cowboys should have won that game. And I'm going to say this:
one of those drop passes, though.
Micah Parsons. I'm going to tell you right now, this back thing with Micah Parsons. Okay. If the Cowboys stole 2 first-round picks and Micah Parsons is not the same guy, I mean, back injuries are tricky. That's all I'm going to say. I've heard some stuff from some people that you and I are both very good friends with who know way more about football than I do, real writers. Yeah. And they've all told me that deal with Jerry Jones, the reason it didn't get signed is there was an injury protection for the Cowboys for the back, and that language was not in the contract with the Green Bay Packers.
But think about, let's just say, like what you're saying, that the Packers.
I say Nick Bonito has more sacks this year than Micah Parsons.
And I don't disagree with you, Joe. Listen, but if you're going to trade with a team, first of all, why would you trade with the Packers who've beaten you the last 3 years in the playoffs? Yeah. Number one, why would you trade a player in your conference? Number two,
that's going to help the other team possibly get to the Super Bowl.
Guess what? The Packers are going to be drafting 28, 29.
Yep.
Go with the team that's rebuilding. That you might have a chance to get
Carolina Panthers or something like that, where you get.
Hey, you want $50 million a year, Micah? Here, we're sending you to the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
And they're going to send us over the next 2 first-round picks for the next 2 years.
And Micah Parsons is playing. He'll be on a pitch count.
Yeah, I heard that earlier. We'll see. All right.
Do you follow my philosophy on that, Joe?
Listen, man.
Why would they trade?
So excited to be with you.
Hold on. What? Answer that question. Why would they trade to the Packers?
We're going to ask Troy Renck that exact question when you come back to the final word with Joe Rico and Alex Ramirez. We're live here from number 38. It's opening day. Get down here and party, baby.
My name is Anthony with Plunge Plus Plumbing. We've been in business for 16 years. We service from Longmont to Castle Rock and everywhere in between. We specialize in service work, underground sewers, water heaters, drain cleaning, faucet repair. If it's in your home, we fix it. We also ensure that our customer service is top notch and customer satisfaction is our utmost priority. Our motto is honest service, honest price. We're not going to sell you a bunch of stuff that you don't need or that you don't want. We'll just take care of the issue at hand and be on our way. Most of the time we can get there same day. If you need plumbing, give us a shout. 720-434-5832. Or you can reach us on our website at plungeplus.com. We are proud sponsors of The Final Word.
My name is Anthony Mayer, owner and founder of Game Time PDR. We're located in north part of Denver, 6825 Broadway, pretty much on Highway 36 and I-25. So we specialize in repairing hail damaged vehicles. My technicians have special rods, and the goal is to get the tools underneath the dents. And with the special lights and the angles, they're able to actually massage the metal back to factory standards. We offer a done-for-you service from top to bottom. Literally, the customer doesn't have to do anything. They bring their vehicle to us. We get them under our specialty lights. We write up an estimate, submit them to the insurance, get it approved from the insurance, get it in production, get it washed up, and get it back to the customer. We do waive deductibles up to $1,000, and anybody that mentions the Colorado Spartans, we're giving them a $200 gift card. Go Spartans!
Spartans! What is your profession? Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender. This is Sparta!
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bill Foss, the owner and maker of Suavecito Tequila. Suavecito Tequila is unique from any other tequila for three main reasons. The first one is my agave farm in Mexico. It's an hour and a half south of Guadalajara, and it's up in the mountains at a 7,000-foot altitude. So we have mountain-grown agave. Americans hear about mountain-grown coffee and mountain-grown grapes. They never hear about mountain-grown agave. Okay? Only 8 or 9% of all tequilas are made with Highlands agave, and it's superior to Lowlands agave. Number two, I extra age my tequilas. To be a reposado, it has to be stored in a barrel for 2 months. I keep it there for 9 months. The añejo has to be in the barrel 1 year. I keep it 2 years. The extra añejo has to be in the barrel 3 years. I age it 5 years. That extra aging just gives it more body, more texture, and more flavor. And last but not least, we're the only tequila that adds 2% agave nectar back into the tequila. This little bit of agave nectar eliminates the burn going down your throat. Makes Suavecito Tequila the smoothest tequila you will ever drink.
With millions of page views every year, ColoradoPreps.com is the #1 source for the high school sports community to keep up with the latest news and scores. From football and volleyball to basketball and softball, ColoradoPreps.com provides a year-round hub for coaches, friends, and family to stay connected to their favorite schools and athletes, and keep an eye on their rivals. Covering high school sports from the peaks to the plains, you always get the latest at ColoradoPreps.com.
All right, Joe Rico, Alex Ramirez. We are back live from number 38, opening day. The Broncos take on the Tennessee Titans here in a few hours. And, of course, to help us break it down, we have our great friend Troy Renck from the Denver Post. Follow him on X at Troy Renck. He's the best in the business, in my opinion. And, all right, it's game time. All the talking is over, Troy. And there's been a lot of it. I mean, there's been Super Bowl talk. There's been a lot of bravado over there in Dove Valley, and I was all excited. And then I get up this morning, I've been traveling, so I'm not on schedule, and I get this text saying that Dre Greenlaw will not play in today's game. And I remember talking to you, I think it was last week or the last time we chopped it up 2 weeks ago, and I said I thought the key to the season was injuries. And these are the things I'm talking about. And I don't think it'll come back to haunt him today, but I do think this is a telltale sign of, hey, let's really buyer beware, right? Let's put some cautionary tale to Dre Greenlaw. What do you expect out of the Broncos defense? Because I do think that Dre not playing takes a little of the enthusiasm away from me. And good morning. Thanks for making time for us.
Yeah, Joe and Alex, thanks for having me on. As always, it's great to be here. Listen, with Greenlaw, they're going to need him against the Chargers and the Bengals later this month. If they're going to be the best defense in the league, they're going to need some version of Dre Greenlaw we saw a couple years ago when he was with the Niners. But he just hasn't been a factor this offseason, this training camp, because of this lingering quad issue. He had a quad issue in April, May, and then he had, whether he tore through scar tissue, had a setback that's a little bit unclear. He was supposedly ready to play in the preseason, and they were being cautious about it. And then he didn't practice this week. So I don't know if he had a setback, but they're being really, really careful with him because they know they need him for the marathon, not the sprint. But you talk about injuries, Joe, and you're exactly right. They're relatively healthy these last 2 years. And now Malcolm Roach, a very important, rotational defensive lineman, a leader, kind of a soundtrack of the defense, if you will.
Run stopper.
What's that?
Run stopper, great
Yeah,
run
stopper, exactly. And he's a guy who he occupies blockers, and now he's out 4 to 8 weeks with a calf strain. That hurts. I mean, they've got depth at that position, but again, when you're talking about having a special season, you don't want starters missing significant time. So hopefully Greenlaw is back for the Chargers. That's my conservative estimate. Or if he comes back next week, he's on a very limited pitch count. We're not going to see Roach. He got put on the IR, so he's out the first 4 weeks. So they need to get healthy. But the one good thing, Joe, is this is a great matchup to be shorthanded defensively. Tennessee Titans, they were terrible last year. They're limited offensively. And you got Cam Ward, a rookie quarterback, number 1 overall pick, making his debut. Quarterbacks that are picked number 1 overall that start in week 1 in the modern era, 4-14-1. So make it 4-15-1. I don't need to give you a prediction score yet, but there is no way Cam Ward's coming in here and beating the Broncos in his first ever start.
No, I get that. And good morning to you, Troy. How are you? Were you at the game? Were you at the Buffs yesterday?
I was not. I was traveling. I was on assignment for a different project.
Okay.
So I watched the full second half, but I was not at the Buffs game.
We'll dive into that here a little bit later, but I just saw this report as well as what you're saying. With injuries to tight end Nate Atkins, ankle, and Dre Greenlaw thigh, those guys are ruled out for today's game against the Titans. But they've elevated LeFell Bailey and fullback Adam Prentice from their practice squad for today's game. What does that do? What kind of value do we have on that? And what does that do for the Broncos game against a team, like you said, with the starting quarterback making his rookie debut?
Well, they're going to need Bailey. I'm not exactly sure what Prentice's role will be. Maybe he's in on a couple offensive snaps, more special teams. But Bailey, we thought was going to make the team. Alex, he had a really good training camp.
Yeah,
then he got beat out by Reed. I think it's pronounced Corrine Reed. It's a different pronunciation. So Bailey gives you depth. He has shown that he can play significant snaps, albeit in a preseason game, because Justin Sternad right now would be opposite of Alex Singleton. Well, remember, Singleton's coming off ACL surgery. He's not a full year removed from that. He hurt it against Tampa Bay last year in week 3, so he's not a full year removed. He's supposed to be on a pitch count. So you're going to see Justin Sternad, you're going to see Reed, and you're going to see Bailey all get snaps. And this is the kind of game that, in the end, it could benefit the Broncos where these guys get experience. You don't want to have this lineup, though, against the Chargers and Bengals later this month. In terms of Prentice, again, he might be more of a special teams guy. Burton is out for the year. So they're looking for a fullback, so maybe Prentice opens some eyes for them. He has experience in the Sean Payton offense, but I don't know that he's going to play a significant role where Bailey could get 15, 20 snaps pretty easily.
Well, the other thing I think is continuity. First year since I believe in the last 10 years that the Broncos returned the same offensive coordinator and same defensive coordinator. You have the same starting quarterback now. I mean, I think the excuses are done. I mean, Sean Payton's first year, it wasn't his team. He had to deal with Russell Wilson. Next year, what a great job. Probably a candidate for coach of the year in my eyes. Just nobody thought anything of it. And, 10 wins. Well, I think this is the first year that there's been expectations. And I think they're warranted and I think they're valid. How do you think that this team and organization, after being out of it, will react to maybe, hey, it's not just okay to win 8 games this year. And we don't want to just be, the Bronco fans don't just want a 500 team. I think everybody watching this team is expecting a playoff berth and hopefully even one playoff win. And I think that's kind of where my bar is at for this year. Where are you at?
Yeah, it's been impressive how much Sean Payton has puffed his chest out about this team. I write in my Sunday column today in the Denver Post that, he reminds you of Frank Sinatra when you look at the lyrics to I Did It My Way. It's like, It's not the shy way, it's my way. And he's telling any national writer that he could text, reach in person, interview in person, that this Broncos team is capable of winning a Super Bowl. I asked him about that on Wednesday, and I said, you've puffed your chest out about this team. And he said, well, I don't know about that, but we're way better than we were 2 years ago. The Chiefs are still tough. We don't know about the Chiefs. Listen, nobody wants to hear about the Chiefs around here. Nobody wants to hear about their rings, and nobody wants to hear about Taylor Swift and Kelsey's engagement. We are over the Chiefs. Yeah. We all are. And I picked way back in January, February, I've told people I believe either the Chargers or Broncos are winning the AFC West this year. The Chiefs were the luckiest team I've ever seen last year in person. They're due to have a regression to the mean. We saw that the other night. Finally, some of the breaks didn't go their way. Last year, they were 15-2, probably should have won 11 games based on their point differential. So the Broncos, for me, you asked Joe, for me, I don't harbor the same expectations as Sean Payton as a team that could reach the Super Bowl. You're seeing them as a sexy Super Bowl pick. I think they're a year away from that. For me, the goal is win a playoff game. That's the goal. Now, it's much easier to do if you win the AFC West because you're going to host a playoff game. But if you get to where you're the second wild card and you go to Houston, you can win a playoff game there. That's a very winnable game. So that is my goal for this team. Because if they don't win a playoff game, certainly if they don't make the playoffs, that's a huge disappointment. But if they go to Baltimore and Buffalo and get smashed again, that's a disappointment. For me, it's winning a playoff game that puts you then next season where you go, yeah, we're right there. The window's open. We have a quarterback on a rookie contract. We're in position to win a Super Bowl. Maybe it happens this year. It would be an amazing story. But for me, it's like you, Joe, it's win a playoff game.
Sometimes, and here's the thing, you got to temper your expectations a little bit. And I get it. And I see a lot of analysts all around the, national guys that are saying, oh, the Broncos should be the team that wins the West this year. But you know what? You just can't say that yet. Have they done enough to improve? Here's where I'm really impressed with more than anything, Troy, is that they've been able to get out of purgatory hell with that contract with Russell Wilson, and they've made some really strong moves on the defense. They've added, they just signed Benito, our guy, who by the way, we're doing a bowling event here in the next month and a half. So you're definitely VIP, bring your family out there, and we're going to hang out. We've done it before, but that's a guy who needed to get done. I think he got a hometown discount. He could have gotten more money if he would have waited another year. But they've signed guys that are going to be integral pieces for this Broncos defense for the years to come, sir. On offense, okay, we signed Cortland. Bo's on the rookie deal right now. So now's where you make your move, right, Troy? When the quarterback's at a cheaper level, here's where you start building these building blocks around the team where you're not having to spend $35-40 million on your quarterback salary. Now's when the Broncos need to capitalize and say, you know what? Let's get these key pieces that Bo might be missing on wide receiver, for example, because we have a number one guy with. Is Cortland Sutton a number one guy?
Give him a 1A.
We don't know what's going to happen with Mims. We know our tight end, the new guy we got, Evan Ingham. That guy. But do we have a number two guy, a really solidified guy? No. Maybe these are things that the Broncos can focus on. But this year, what they have now, you got to go with it. Do you agree with my philosophy with the Broncos having a quarterback on a rookie salary? You only get this one more year. After that, he's going to be signed for a lot of money. Now's the time to make the move, right, Troy?
Yeah, these next couple of years are huge. And starting next year, there will be no more dead cap money on Russell Wilson. So last year was 50. This year was 35 just on Russell. All of that goes away next year. They're counting heavily on Evan Ingram, the tight end, to be their number two receiver. He's a guy that's capable of, 70, 75 catches, 800 yards, 6-8 touchdowns. I believe he will, when we look up at the end of the year, will be, visually and the way we watch games, think like he's the number two option behind Sutton. And then week to week, it's going to change in terms of the receiver, whether it's Troy Franklin, whether it's Mims, maybe there's a game or two where Pat Bryant shines. But I talked to Kurt Warner, the Hall of Famer, and he does NFL broadcasts for Monday night games, works for NFL Network. I talked to him at length about this, and he likes Bo Nix, but he said, the same thing kind of you're bringing up, Alex. He said, for me, I don't view them as a Super Bowl contender yet because I need to see more offensively. Now, again, Kurt played on the greatest show on turf with the Rams. Yeah. And then when he played with the Cardinals, he had Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. That's the issue. Kurt says, who's their number two target on game day? Because at some point, guys, they're going to take Cortland Sutton away.
Correct. Because
he's not really a triple threat receiver. He doesn't really beat you over the top, intermediate, and short. His best route's the crossing route. He's amazing at that in the 50-50 ball. But he's a guy, if you chose to, you could make it difficult by rolling a safety to him. Who's going to be that guy? That's where that middle of the field opens for Ingram. for the offense to reach its potential, Ingram has to be a steady, consistent, reliable player. And they also need the backs, whether that's J.K. Dobbins, who I believe will start today, and then eventually R.J. Harvey. They have to be more balanced offensively. And that's not just running the ball. Last year, Javonte Williams was their second targeted receiver. So if Dobbins or Harvey become their second targeted receiver, they have to get explosive plays out of them. And they do believe they're better. Sean Payton likes his personnel better than most. Now it's up to him to prove it, that because we all wanted him to draft a running back early in the first round. They didn't. We wanted him to draft a tight end. They didn't. So they go with Ingram. They go with Harvey. They go with Dobbins. We're going to find out this first month of the season, was Payton right, or should they have drafted higher with a Travion Henderson or a Marion Hampton?
Gosh.
Well, there's two guys. I'm going to throw a couple. All right, we'll see. He's a beast in college. We saw Javonte
And Herbert
Williams.
scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, but let's talk about the
God,
Broncos.
he's good.
Here's the bottom line.
So
You guys are missing a couple real key names. And the first one is Marvin Mims. If Marvin Mims this is the guy. You want the X factor for this year. It's number 19. Yeah, I understand. You have Cortland Sutton. You're right. Evans, too. Marvin Mims' last 6 games, I think he found something. I mean, if you look at him the first 10, 11 games of the year, and then you look at the guy he was in Cincinnati on the road, and the guy that I know that he's capable of being, yeah, that guy is a 50. If that guy gives you 50 catches for 900 yards, because he's a 17, 18-yard a catch guy. He's not. And the screens, the bubble screens, the jet sweeps, this is the guy. And Sean's done a great job of disguising it, because I don't think he wants anyone to know that it's not Ingram. We all know he's going to be a big factor. He had 114 catches 2 years ago in Jacksonville. He's easily capable, Troy, of what you said, 80 to 90, 5 touchdowns. But that guy is not going to be your guy for 70 and 80-yard touchdowns, nor is Cortland Sutton. That guy, no doubt, is Marvin Mims. And the other guy you're missing is Troy Franklin. He's not going to be your second guy, but he's the guy.
You don't know that. You don't know that, Troy.
At this point, he's not, because I believe in Mims.
He's had a pretty good camp.
Okay, give me a chance to express my point.
Oh, I just said something. I just chimed in for half a second, man. Relax.
But Troy Franklin is a guy that I think is going to be that guy over the top, the guy who takes the top off. And I think he's just as key for the running game, because you have to draw those safeties back. And when you do that, and you have guys like Mims and Franklin taking the top off, that opens running lanes for J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. And then my final piece is the offensive line, which I think is one of the NFL's best. And they've been given tons of accolades this year. Over the offseason, all I've heard about is the Broncos have a top 5 offensive line. Well, this is the time to show it. They sure didn't look like a top 5 offensive line against great competition last year. So let's see what they're really made of. Troy, your thoughts on those points?
Well, as relates to the offensive line, when you look at the metrics, it would tell you they were a good run blocking line and just didn't have good running backs. But some of the players on the offensive line have struggled to adjust to the outside zone running scheme. So keep an eye on that. How patient will they be with this outside run scheme they've introduced? Can McGlinchey and Powers and Wattenberg really get in sync with it? Because if not, do you go kind of back to what you were doing? And maybe it was more related, equally to the O-line last year and not just the running backs, but keep an eye on that. I like what you're saying about Mims. For me, he's a week-to-week venture. Like, there's going to be weeks he has 7 targets and 150 yards. There's going to be weeks he has 1 target and 1 catch. Like, it's just, I don't know. I've never seen Sean use him consistently. The last month of the season, he was a huge weapon. But now with Dobbins and Harvey, are we going to see Mims in the backfield anymore? I hope so. And I do think the one thing that we've all missed so far is, if Bo Nix is going to take that next step, he needs to still run. I mean, you look at the 2 best quarterbacks in the league right now, or 3, and you're talking about Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels. All 3 of those guys can crush you with their feet. And they can't forget about that with Nix because he never gets hurt when he runs. He slides, he gets out of bounds. And I'm telling you, he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league. So they can't forget about that either. It just can't be him as their best rusher. Last year, he tied for the team high with 3 rushing touchdowns. That can't be the case. Harvey, I think Dobbins needs to have 6 or 7, and Harvey has to have 6 or whatever. They just cannot be led in rushing by Nix, or they're going to be a 10-win team again. They're not going to win the West. But if Nix still gets 500 yards rushing, that opens up the rest of it. So, but we got to see it. I just don't know because we didn't see Ingram in preseason. He had 1 catch. Dobbins didn't get any carries, 0. And they didn't really feature him in practice. So there's a little bit of mystery as to what this offense is going to look like beyond Cortland and Bo Nix.
You're right, Troy. And before we jump into the Buffs, we got to get a prediction from you for Broncos Titans today. 8.5 points. I mean, for all our gambling degenerate buddies out there in Vegas and here in Denver or wherever you're at, what are your thoughts, man? Should I bet the mortgage today or just the college fund?
I told you that. I slammed this over long ago that they're going to win 28-10. I'll be because I just believe the defense is going to cause 3 turnovers. There's going to be some short fields. I think Bo Nix probably hits the over on passing yards. I think in most shops he's 225. I think he gets around 230, 240. But I just believe the Broncos defense is going to make Cam Ward feel like he's eating tinfoil and he's miserable and the crowd's loud. And I just, if they don't get takeaways, it's going to be a close, closer than it'll be uncomfortable. But if they get the takeaways, we all believe they will with Benito and Zach Allen and Pat Surtain. And I mean, they're just so loaded defensively, even with Greenlaw out. I believe those takeaways are going to translate to some short fields and lead to, my prediction is 28-10 Broncos, 27-10 Broncos.
Pain. All right. So last night, Ryan Staub steals the show as Colorado Buffaloes beat the Delaware Blue Hens. What the hell is a Blue Hen, Joe? In relief of freshman Juju Lewis and Caden Salter. Buffs quarterback threw for 2 touchdowns, 157 yards. They beat the Blue Hens 31-7. I was at the game, not real convinced. And I saw what you put out yesterday on social media. When you got 3 quarterbacks, you got none. And I believe that. And we don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback this Friday in Houston. Tell me where we're at with the Buffs, man, because I was like, whatever, man. This game's not even they were getting some boo birds at the end when Caden got in at the end. And I don't know, man. It's weird. It's a different season.
If I had to guess, Staub's going to start. I mean, I'm not crazy about that, but Lewis, I think we've all talked about on the show, he's just not ready yet. Wow. And Salters just looks like a guy. I mean, he just looks like a guy that, you could see at Liberty against Sam Houston State and UTEP. Yeah, that could play, but he just doesn't look dynamic. I thought he would look much better running and be, athletically. I knew he was going to have issues as a passer. I just haven't seen that athleticism I thought I would see. Staub, if you're going to play Staub, it opens up the passing game more clearly, but he's got to protect the football. I mean, it's really that simple. And on the road, at Houston, my guess is Staub. But, man, if they lose that game, now you start doing the math for a bowl game. It starts to get a little greasy because that's a game when we started the season you thought CU would win.
Well, one thing I want to chime in on, I do think some of this is on Pat Shurmur. I do think that sometimes you're trying to make a quarterback who doesn't have the skill set, kind of trying to fit him into your offense rather than adapting your offense to match the player's skills. And I understand – some of this is on the player as well. It's a tough call. I don't want to put this all on Shurmur, but I don't know that you're not trying to put a round peg in a square hole by starting Salter just with the data, with the game film I saw. I think you also have Ryan Staub with 3 years in the Pat Shurmur offense. And I think the guys, and I made this point earlier, it's really tough in college with 3 guys playing quarterback because I think you have factions of the locker room. Each one has their own little rooting interest, right? I think there's locker room division. This doesn't look like the same kind of start as the last 2 years. I'm not saying it's bad or good. It doesn't look the same. I don't know whether the enthusiasm, not having Travis and Shedeur, I'm sure has a lot to do with it. Your thoughts on, kind of like you said, I don't want to push the panic button, but that was not an impressive 31. I mean, the scoreboard, that score wasn't couldn't have been 80-7 or 70. They couldn't have wrote their own ticket like some of the other teams we saw this week. Where are they at talent-wise? Because I think that's my concern, is I just don't see the same talent that they had last year, period, especially on the offensive side of the football.
Well, I think part of the reason what we overlook is you lose Shador and Travis, but you lose Jimmy Horn, you lose Levante Wester, you lose these 3, 4, 5 guys who are skill position guys who are in the NFL. Maybe they're not playing, but they're NFL caliber players. I don't know that they have that. Omarion Miller, for me, projects as a future NFL guy. But beyond that, none of these quarterbacks, Juju at some point might be, 3, 4 years from now, he might look the part. He doesn't right now. Clearly, Staub and Salter are not NFL quarterbacks. And at running back, I like Welch. I like Taylor. But they look like they'd be perfect backups. They don't have a feature back. Now, Dallin Hayden being hurt's not helping. Right. But, I mean, just to your point, last year, it always felt like no matter how bad things were, they could play, sandlot and playground football with Travis and Shador and get back into a game. Right now, it doesn't look that way. And certainly Staub's not going to be able to do that. That's not fair to ask him to do that. And then defensively, they're going to have to be better. They're going to have to be more physical up front, because ultimately for me, they're going to have to start winning games like 27-24, 24-20, not 35-30. Like, they're not equipped to win games like they did the last few years. And so for me, they've got to start being more physical at the point of the attack, stop the run, control the clock. And it's going to be a little more boring. There's no way around that. But that suits their current personnel. And in fact, and I'm not a Pat Shurmur fan, you guys know that. Yep. But if you're saying to me that the key is Pat Shurmur being creative offensively, well, the season's lost. Yeah. It's not his wheelhouse.
It's not.
So I think you got to be ready to win by running for 150, 175 yards, stopping the run, and winning 24-20, 27-23, that kind of game.
Yeah, here's the thing. When I'm watching these guys walk out of the tunnel yesterday with Marshall Faulk, Hall of Famer, Warren Sapp, Hall of Famer, and I saw, I'm not saying Byron Leftwich is a Hall of Famer, but he was out there. And just because you got Hall of Fame coaches doesn't mean you have Hall of Fame players. You can only teach these guys and coach them up so much. You coach your kids up. And what's unfortunate, because when I look at CU yesterday, yeah, it was a day game, and it was different than the night game, when they put up the season. I didn't feel the same vibe. And even towards as they were winning, and they were kind of like not running up the score, because Delaware was they were still running the ball on these guys, and they were still moving the ball, and they were sacking Caden Salter, and he didn't look like he was aware of his surroundings. He was getting tackled from behind. You're right, man. It's a different vibe. And I think this Houston game is going to tell us a lot about how this season's going to play out. Troy, that's my last one for me today.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a game, it's a winnable game. Houston's coach is usually in his second, third year of a rebuilding program. They brought him from Tulane. Usually they're much better, but it's a different landscape with NIL and recruiting. But to your guys' point, you guys are more bullish on CU than I am. If you're going to be a bowl team, this is the kind of game you need to win. Because you start looking at that schedule now with TCU and Utah, some of these other teams, their schedule looks a lot tougher now than it did when the season opened. So this, for me, is a game you need to win.
Well, all I have to say is this. I was on the field as the Georgia Tech quarterback ran directly towards me. And as he was crossing the goal line with about a minute left in the game, minute and 8 seconds, I believe, I thought to myself, this isn't going to be the same thing this year. And not that their season's not lost. Nobody's doomsaying them or saying this doesn't look like a 10 or 11 win type year. And I think we all have said 6-6, 7-5. I just think it's a lot easier for us to say that than to watch it play out. And when you watch it play out, you realize 6-6 is pretty pedestrian. So I'm not going up there this year waiting for Travis Hunter to be the lead on SportsCenter. I'm going up there hoping that they develop some of these freshmen, sophomores, and guys who have another year of eligibility that came over in the transfer portal and coach these guys up, so we're not looking at the same thing next year. And if it is going to be one of those years, then ready or not, put in the kid. If they're 1-5, I'm not to do a disservice to him, build him up, put him in the weight room for the next month or two, and tell him to get ready, because I think you'll see that guy by week 7 or 8. I don't see this team winning more than 6 games.
Yeah, I mean I think you're going to need to play Juju some too to keep him in school at CU.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
you want him ready. You want him strong. You want him to be in a position to succeed. And I'm with you. The stronger he can get, the more he can learn this first month. Maybe then he comes in the second half of the season and he contributes because he's got a 5-star arm. He doesn't have the 5-star body yet. He's just not there.
We don't know
like
if he has
I like you, Joe.
brain.
Joe, you have a 5-star arm.
Hey,
Just not a 5-star body. I have the 5-star body. I just don't have a 5-star arm.
I'll tell you,
You know what's funny, real quick, though? Hold on. This is funny, guys.
Please,
Hold on, Joe. I got to talk about this right here. What we're seeing right here at number 30. You've been here at number 38 many times. I love watching the fantasy guys going crazy with the Jets and Steelers. And there's there's fans from all over the.
All right, now can I say what I want to say?
I think that was kind of cool to see these players. Oh my God! My guy just scored a touchdown. Okay. That's cool. Football's back.
Can I just say one thing, Troy? Alex just said he had a 5-star body. All right, now if you think, Troy, I want to know an honest truth. Give me the star rating of Alex's body. Here he is. He's flexing.
5-star body.
I'm going to tell you, man. I give this guy half a star. Half a star, buddy. That's it. What do you got, Troy?
Campbell stars.
I got 3 stars. 3 stars.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Hey, now I don't want to take my shirt off in the bar, but let's just say that
I will do it.
we don't want to we don't want to see shirtless Joe.
We saw you shirtless in San Diego.
Yeah, I was shirtless in San Diego.
Like, what is he doing?
I think I probably got a 3.5-star body. I'm going to give myself a half a star raise.
All right,
buddy. Troy, we will talk to you next week. Have fun at the game and enjoy yourself. That's the great Troy Renck. Make sure you follow him on X at Troy Renck. Get his podcast on the Mile High Sports platform. Great guy. I listen to his podcast. Follow that guy.
If Troy's still on, you still on, Troy? You still on? Troy, you there? You still there? Troy, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'll be at Canelo in Crawford on Saturday night in Vegas. So if you need any content,
fantastic.
Need anything from me, let me know.
He's got it.
Right.
I'll be down. I'll leave on Thursday.
We got you,
fun,
Troy.
man. That's going to be a blast.
All right, that is the great Troy Renck. Follow him on X at Troy Renck. Make sure you check out his podcast on the Mile High Sports platform. All right, we have our guest of honor is coming up next. We have Miss Sadie from Grease Divas, and I'm going to tell you right now, Sean as well, but Sadie is going to come on first, and we are super excited.
Sadie talks. She's the
the
person who talks.
Grease Divas. Wait. Hence the name, Grease Divas.
Grease Divas.
Gosh, yeah. I think that is definitely Sadie's
very excited. We're excited.
Sadie LeFell, we are super excited to have her on. She's coming up next when you return to the final word, live at number 38. On the Mile High Sports YouTube channel.
My name is Anthony with Plunge Plus Plumbing. We've been in business for 16 years. We service from Longmont to Castle Rock and everywhere in between. We specialize in service work, underground sewers, water heaters, drain cleaning, faucet repair. If it's in your home, we fix it. We also ensure that our customer service is top notch and customer satisfaction is our utmost priority. Our motto is honest service, honest price. We're not going to sell you a bunch of stuff that you don't need or that you don't want. We'll just take care of the issue at hand and be on our way. Most of the time we can get there same day. If you need plumbing, give us a shout. 720-434-5832. Or you can reach us on our website at plungeplus.com.
My name is Anthony Mayer, owner and founder of Game Time PDR. We're located in north part of Denver, 6825 Broadway, pretty much on Highway 36 and I-25. So we specialize in repairing hail damaged vehicles. My technicians have special rods, and the goal is to get the tools underneath the dents. And with the special lights and the angles, they're able to actually massage the metal back to factory standards. We offer a done-for-you service from top to bottom. Literally, the customer doesn't have to do anything. They bring their vehicle to us. We get them under our specialty lights. We write up an estimate, submit them to the insurance, get it approved from the insurance, get it in production, get it washed up, and get it back to the customer. We do waive deductibles up to $1,000, and anybody that mentions the Colorado Spartans, we're giving them a $200 gift card. Go Spartans!
profession!
Disgusting. This is madness. Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender.
This is Sparta! Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bill Foss, the owner and maker of Suavecito Tequila. Suavecito Tequila is unique from any other tequila for three main reasons. The first one is my agave farm in Mexico. It's an hour and a half south of Guadalajara, and it's up in the mountains at a 7,000-foot altitude. So we have mountain-grown agave. Americans hear about mountain-grown coffee and mountain-grown grapes. They never hear about mountain-grown agave, okay? Only 8 or 9% of all tequilas are made with highlands agave, and it's superior to lowlands agave. Number two, I extra age my tequilas. To be a reposado, it has to be stored in a barrel for 2 months. I keep it there for 9 months. The añejo has to be in the barrel 1 year. I keep it 2 years. The extra añejo has to be in the barrel 3 years. I age it 5 years. That extra aging just gives it more body, more texture, and more flavor. And last but not least, we're the only tequila that adds 2% agave nectar back into the tequila. This little bit of agave nectar eliminates the burn going down your throat. Makes Suavecito Tequila the smoothest tequila you will ever drink.
With millions of page views every year, ColoradoPreps.com is the #1 source for the high school sports community to keep up with the latest news and scores. From football and volleyball to basketball and softball, ColoradoPreps.com provides a year-round hub for coaches, friends, and family to stay connected to their favorite schools and athletes, and keep an eye on their rivals. Covering high school sports from the peaks to the plains, you always get the latest at ColoradoPreps.com.
My name is Anthony with Plunge Plus Plumbing. We've been in business for 16 years. We service from Longmont to Castle Rock and everywhere in between. We specialize in service work, underground sewers, water heaters, drain cleaning, faucet repair. If it's in your home, we fix it. We also ensure that our customer service is top-notch and customer satisfaction is our utmost priority. Our motto is honest service, honest price. We're not going to sell you a bunch of stuff that you don't need or that you don't want. We'll just take care of the issue at hand and be on our way. Most of the time we can get there same day. If you need plumbing, give us a shout. 720-434-5832. Or you can reach us on our website at plungeplus.com. We are proud sponsors of The Final Word.
My name is Anthony Mayer, owner and founder of Game Time PDR. We're located in north part of Denver, 6825 Broadway, pretty much on Highway 36 and I-25. So we specialize in repairing hail damaged vehicles. My technicians have special rods, and the goal is to get the tools underneath the dents. And with the special lights and the angles, they're able to actually massage the metal back to factory standards. We offer a done-for-you service from top to bottom. Literally, the customer doesn't have to do anything. They bring their vehicle to us, we get them under our specialty lights. We write up an estimate, submit them to the insurance, get it approved from the insurance, get it in production, get it washed up, and get it back to the customer. We do waive deductibles up to $1,000, and anybody that mentions the Colorado Spartans, we're giving them a $200 gift card. Go Spartans!
I've never done this before.
You're totally fine.
I feel pretty good. But
I got you.
With millions of page views every year, ColoradoPreps.com is the #1 source for the high school sports community to keep up with the latest news and scores. From football and volleyball to basketball and softball, ColoradoPreps.com provides a year-round hub for coaches, friends, and family to stay connected to their favorite schools and athletes, and keep an eye on their rivals. Covering high school sports from the peaks to the plains, you always get the latest at ColoradoPreps.com.
Tell everybody a little bit. All right, we are back. Joe Rico, Alex Ramirez, the final word. Opening day here in the NFL. Broncos Titans get ready to kick off in about 2.5 hours. Of course, we just heard from the great Troy Renck. And now we are lucky enough to have on our newest sponsor and a lady that we really enjoyed we went up to Frederick, Colorado, Tacoma, Colorado.
That's right, Joe.
And we got to hang out at Grease Divas.
#1 mechanic auto repair shop in Frederick, Colorado, servicing Frederick, Erie, Firestone, Tacoma, and the northern Denver metro area. They believe in excellence, Joey, integrity, education, and that's what makes them great mechanics.
Well, yeah, I agree. You could have just let me finish introducing Sadie. So anyway, we're going to bring on the lovely Miss Sadie LeFell, the owner and operator of Grease Divas, founded in 2017. And boy, I'll tell you what, I went up to your shop with Alex, and you have one heck of a place. You know your stuff about cars, and really your specialty is definitely the muscle cars, the classic cars. I fell in love with the couple that were on your rack. You had a truck that was worth more than my house, maybe. And then there was a Chevelle. You'll have to tell me the other one was on the rack, what exactly make your model it was. But it was a great indicator of what Grease Divas does. You talked to me and Alex about some of the safety kits and some of your classes for women. Thanks for coming on, and talk to everybody a little bit about how you started Grease Divas and kind of what you guys stand for.
And just look at that camera right there.
You got it.
Camera right there. Got you. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is so exciting. So a little bit about Grease Diva Garage. We were founded in 2017. And really the premise behind Diva is to really cater to women. It's a place where women can come and feel very secure in the information that they get. I really try to talk with women in terms of things that other women understand. Like in my car class, for example, I have a segment called Michelin and Mascara. And there is something that you can relate, tires and mascara, to come on to my class sometimes. So we've been in business since 2017. We've had a brick and mortar since 2021. And we're moving right along. And as Joe mentioned, we absolutely love the classics and the vintage vehicles. Those are our specialty. And the things we love the most about those are the stories that come with them.
Yep. And
amazing stories.
I'm going to dive in a little bit more with technical side, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Grease Diva was founded in 2017 by Sadie. They are a women-owned and operated and automotive repair shop, leading the way in Frederick, Colorado, for women to be fully engaged in confidence with their relationship with their car.
Yes.
Grease Diva Garage is an alternative way for the traditional auto repair. They believe power and the classes that you provide for women is imperative. As women, they often, face automotive repair experiences because they feel misunderstood, taken advantage of, or mistreated. Unfortunately, there's not much information or resources that can elevate that side of the business. 60% of customers, Joey, this is what that was really crazy, Joe. 60% of customers in the automotive industry are women and spend over $150 billion a year on automotive repair. Grease Diva is a place to become more educated, feel comfortable with your vehicle, and be proactive with your auto care experiences. Talk about what I just said there, because sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know sometimes about my own car. I have a AAA or whatever, and sometimes women don't do that. And you want to make sure you can change your car, your tire, fill up the air, and we'll talk about the Grease Diva kit here in a minute. Yeah. But talk about what I just said about how much money is spent by not knowing what you don't know.
Yeah. So great question. So women are really, traditionally speaking, are the ones that bring their vehicles to the shop. Typically, and again, this is a traditional space that their husbands or partners are working, and so they're in charge of taking care of the vehicles and getting them to the shop, getting oil changes and so forth. So a lot of times when women, from what I understand and the feedback I have gotten over the years from women, is they just feel very intimidated and feel that they're not
Or taken
respected.
advantage of too, right?
Yeah, taken advantage of. They're told things that, oh, you have to get this done right now, or your engine's gonna explode, or if you don't have this done, and then
Or if that light turns on or whatever.
yeah, you're done. You're done buying a new car. And often I'll say, call me, and sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not. But I always come from a perspective of, what do you need to be done right now? What is the safety now, and what can wait? And so we're really honest with people about that. And what's one of the things that we really want to come across in this industry is that there are ways to maintain your vehicle without the engine exploding.
Well, I
Or
think the other,
telling
yeah.
you.
Well, the other thing is, I have a daughter, I have a wife, I have a mom.
Yeah.
All drive vehicles. Well, my mom doesn't anymore, but they all drove vehicles, still do. And I think, my daughter, she'd be perfect for some of the classes you offer. 21 years old,
Yeah.
doesn't really know much about cars. What
Get an
21-year-old
get an
lady
internship
does.
with her. Get an internship
Well,
with her.
Yeah.
absolutely. But what Dina does know is, 3-year college student, very smart lady, and wanted, when I started talking to her about Grease Diva, immediately wanted one of the Diva driver kits.
Yeah.
And, I think that is another excellent idea you guys have come up with, because when women get stranded, I think of safety. I think of my wife's safety and my daughter's safety first. And if they don't have the proper equipment in that trunk, you're running a much bigger risk than them having some ability. And yeah, they can call AAA, but sometimes that's not available. And
True.
the Diva driver kit is something you created for these kind of
You
moments.
created this.
Can you talk a little
innovative.
about? Can she
Yeah.
tell
Yeah,
everybody a
I
little
get
bit
it, but
about
I just
it?
want you to,
Right, I
just,
get it.
your
Can you-
notes are right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can she just tell
Talk
everybody
about
about
what
it?
exactly that
Yeah,
Diva kit
right.
includes, because
Yeah.
we could sell this
Yeah.
stuff here. At
We
this
got it.
place
Okay.
here.
We got it.
Everybody needs a Diva
Alex.
kit, right?
Yes.
Let her
What's
tell
with
her.
I get it, Joey. This is how we are. We're like brothers.
Yeah.
Talk about what's part of that Diva kit.
So a little bit behind the
Thank
Diva driver's kit, Joe's like you were talking about with your daughter being in college. This is how I created this kit. My daughter went off to college in Nebraska. So she's traveling I-80 across Nebraska into Lincoln by herself. And I'm
Nothing but
thinking,
just
oh,
dirt
Yeah,
roads.
scary.
George Muccatelli, truck driver,
Yeah,
she needs help. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how do I empower my daughter to understand that she doesn't need anyone but herself to be able to at least identify what's going on with her vehicle? So we put together multiple components, and the more simplistic ones are things like a tire tread measure. So and it's really like idiot proof. I love it because if
Idiot
it
proof.
says,
That's Alex.
yeah, I
proof.
freaking
get
love
it.
idiot
Yeah.
proof. So green means your tires are great. Yellow means you probably want to start thinking about it. If it's in red, yep, time to
I
go
like that.
shopping.
New
right?
tires.
I like that.
Yeah. And then we also have a tire pressure gauge. So again, electronic, super simple to use. You can use it at night. So if your tire light comes on, or if you feel like your tire is a little bit low, super easy to use. Just plug it in. It tells you exactly what your PSI is. And then when a part of having this kit is I also have instructions so that you can identify where in your vehicle tells you how much PSI your tire should be set at.
Pressure.
Oh, cool.
How do you call it? Pressure.
Pounds per square
Pounds
inch.
per square inch.
He's
There it is.
See, I need a Diva
Yeah.
kit right now in my car.
I think we need to
Hold
order
on.
two.
What
One for-
else?
one
Hold
for my
on. What
daughter and
what
one
else
for
is
Alex.
part of that?
So
Sadie.
we have those two things, and then the big basic, the main part of it, the thing that I think is the most important. It's a multifunction jump starter. So basically, what this jump starter will do, it's really small, fits in the palm of your hand. It's strong enough to charge your cell phone. It's strong enough to charge itself. It has a flashlight on it, and also has like a flashing light. So if you set it on top of your car in the night at night, and someone needs to try to find you, there's actually a
beacon,
pulsing,
Like
yeah,
a-
like
yeah,
a
that's-
beacon light.
that's
Exactly.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
people can
sick.
find you, and then the coolest part is this little battery pack is strong enough to jumpstart your battery.
just to
as-
get you where you got to
Yeah.
go. And then once you're there,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
that's the Diva kit, the driver's kit.
Yep.
The Diva kit has essentials for all the women and guys like that are like ridiculous.
I
Don't
think
like
we
me.
now have just automatically,
Well,
it's for
it's okay.
everyone.
And
It
you
is
know
no
what?
longer just for
the
women.
Diva
For everyone.
or guys that don't
Hey,
know
how
what
about
to do.
the final word? I have
Listen,
it.
Joey.
The final word, Diva kit. I think that we can
I like
come
it.
up with
Hold
our
on.
own guy.
Listen,
Wait,
Joey, what that includes is a
I'm
multifunction
gonna organize
starter,
one for guys.
which is that little battery that you were talking about,
Yep.
a tire tread checker, see where you're at. If maybe you need your tires are bald, an OBD diagnosis tool, which is that one button you take to like the AutoZone. Like,
Right. They
what's
just put
going
it
on?
on.
Yeah,
they
boom,
can
there
tell
you go.
what's wrong with your car.
Stadium bag clear drawstring bag. What is that? What is that?
It's
So again, keeping that college student in mind.
Diva
Yeah,
thing as
so
well?
it's a clear bag. So instead, like women, we always keep our bags in the car. Well, what if somebody breaks into your car and now your purse is stolen with all of your valuables, right?
Yeah.
So now, if you get to go into a stadium for a concert or something, now you have a clear bag that you can take with you because all of a sudden I'm driving
Mandatory at
down.
all the games.
Yep. And
Yes.
look, there's a concert. We're gonna go right now. So I put everything
gets you
from
right
my
through
bag in there.
security
Yep.
too, because
Yep.
they can see everything
it's
right
been,
then and
and,
there.
it's been authorized already. And then the tire gauge one is really important as well.
Yes.
If one tire's going down, obviously to fix the other tires, right?
Yeah,
'Cause you can't do it,
100%.
right?
Okay, so that one is not near. The most important by far to me is the jump start. I mean,
Yeah.
when your battery dies, that is inevitably you are stuck. And so, like all these other ones, you can kind of keep moving. If your tire's got a slow leak, I can just go. I'm taking precaution.
Yeah.
But I and there is a PSI in every car after 2016 as the sensor.
Yep.
So you can see right then and there. But here's what I think that a lot of people have to end up at Grease Divas for is they just don't care. And this is when you have guys like me. It's not that I don't know. I know tons about cars. I grew up on a car lot. I told you I was a lot man at 11 years old. I was driving a car at 13. And so I do know how to work on the old ones. But here's the thing. One, the dealerships make the newer cars. You better be at Grease Divas because if you don't have the latest equipment and you don't have the understanding, you can actually do more harm to these vehicles now
100%.
than you can good. And it's not, and I think what I love about people like Sadie is mechanics have to educate themselves it's not once a year anymore where you get a book and it's like, it's every month they're sending you different stuff, hey, this is this now and this is this now. How challenging has that been to make sure, you're up on all the latest things? Because I think that would be just a general challenge that I wanted to ask this morning.
Yeah, and I love how you say challenge, but for me it's fun, right? Like
I
love to learn. There's nothing I love
These
more.
classes are free.
Yeah.
No, with the one
Those
sheet,
classes
this
are-
is about her
Yeah.
learning.
But
her learning.
but even though we have these awesome OBD scan tools, these really high tech scan tools, and even that is a platform to learn.
You need
how
to learn that
effectively
too,
use
yeah.
that, right? Yeah. But to be able to really keep up on ADOS stuff that's coming out, and it's a constantly changing industry, and so every day we wake up and we're like, what's new today? What do we get to learn today? And then we do, and we make sure that we're up to date on everything. And it's ever changing, and it will forever be changing. And that's one of the reasons that I love this industry. There's always something to learn.
Well,
Always.
Grease Diva Garage is located at 3540 South Highway 52, H22, Frederick, Colorado. Beautiful location out there. Give them a call today. I implore everyone to give them a call, 720-731-3000. One more time, 720-731-3000. Or simply send them an email at greasedivagarage@yahoo.com, greasedivagarage@yahoo.com. If you don't believe me, all you got to do is go to their 4.9, almost 5-point Google rating. God, it pisses me off when it's not that 5-point.
I know.
All right.
All right.
They deserve the feedback. Google. We're coming for you.
Listen, guys. Feedback Fridays. If you want to know what they've done, who they've helped, how many cars and how many people have gone through. I mean, it's constant. It's every week, man. Hey, they did this for me. Hey, they did that for me. And it's such a refreshing message to know that your stuff is being publicized on Feedback Fridays. And you guys do it. You guys have a Facebook page. You guys have your Instagram page.
Yes.
Now you got the final word pushing you guys at every
Right.
single game here.
Yeah, 57,000 strong.
A
baby.
lot of people, but talk about how refreshing and rewarding it means when you get these great reviews, because that's a testament to what your husband and yourself have built. And I know your husband, Sean LeFell, he's right there. He's shooting video of us. And you guys are also very proud sponsors of the Colorado Spartans.
Yes.
You guys met our
Great
buddy
friends of ours.
Suavecito Tequila,
Bill
Yeah.
Foss.
Bill Foss, who's also
Good
a
stuff.
sponsor.
Well, be coming on next.
Yeah, he will be. But what my guess, what I'm trying to say is, when you get these feedback in this great content saying, guys, you guys helped me out so many things, and it could be a brake job, it could be a tent, it could be a car that was completely destroyed, and you guys deal with insurance companies.
We do.
You guys talk to companies that in businesses, and I think I want to really express this is a really big, huge business up north. I know you guys are a little bit away from where this is downtown. This
It's
is where
pretty quick, actually.
it's not that bad,
Very
man.
quick.
It's really not that far away. But if you want quality work, I implore you to go down to Grease Diva Garage and ask for Sadie. Talk about those feedback Fridays and how important that is to you guys. And your ratings.
So important.
It's huge, right?
Yeah. We're so grateful that people take the time to acknowledge some of the things that we've done. And we just like in our mission statement that says we believe in excellence, integrity, and education. And we really live by that. And so for anyone to even acknowledge that we've hit that mark is so personally, just I'm so grateful for all that feedback every time we get that. Genuinely, because not everyone is willing to take the time to let us know how we're doing. And we're just so grateful that when the people do, even if it's not a perfect 5-star, we're grateful for the feedback. How can we improve and how can we take that and get that much better?
Well, one thing I will say is this, because we're getting down to the last few minutes, and you have joined the sports show. I mean, the Broncos are kind of number one in this town, and you don't have to be a huge sports fan to say that we know Bo Nix and the Broncos are going to they're a team that everybody's actually got some expectations for. They've been down for a long time now. You've been here. I mean, Frederick is, not, I don't, for those of you, Frederick's Denver Metro. I mean, as big as the Denver Metro is now, I mean, if you're in Broomfield, if you're in Frederick, my sister-in-law lives in Henderson. She's 12 minutes from Grease Divas. So, for those of you who are up north, and especially for our friends in Broomfield, Fort Collins, those kind of areas, that we have a huge base up there, and we have a ton of social media followers in Longmont, Loveland area. Yeah, that's right around the corner. I think that we're going to come up with a special. I've been kind of thinking, my brain's been working, and I think maybe once a month we might have a drawing. We'll talk. We got to talk to Sadie first, and I think we can probably count on, whether we do it on Facebook or whether we do it here in studio or whether we do one of each. We want to start bringing people up there. And for classic car owners, look, you just put a lot of money into your car. If you just bought a car like I did, I had a 65 Mustang, and I cried that I still don't have it today. I go to a lot of car shows. Alex's brother-in-law has the number one car show, the best. Guardian Angel was one of the most beautiful cars I've ever seen. Talk about how much you enjoy working on the classics and helping build somebody's dream. Because, I mean, I think Dion, it's interesting. He's 11. He doesn't want a new car. He wants a classic, a 69 Camaro. And that's
Joe,
what
he's 10 years old, man.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, though, I would have thought he would have wanted, something way modern,
Like a new
That's
get him a Lego, man.
Talk a little bit about helping build someone's dream in a classic car, man, because they are still in, and they're still my dream car.
And I love how you call it a dream, because it's so true. Every time we get those classics come in, and that's the whole reason that Sean and I started this business, is to get into those older classics and do those resto mods. And really it's bringing someone's story back to life. Yeah. And every car that comes through those doors has an amazing story attached to it, whether this is my grandfather's and he left it to me, or we found it in the garage. We didn't even know we had it, but it's always that. And it's always that fulfillment.
I can only imagine like those dream projects that happen like that. Real quick, Channel Automotive Maintenance, automotive diagnostic repair, diesel repair. And one thing I want to also touch base is Sean, who was you were a teacher. You're master auto repair guy, right? Master tech. Yes. So there's stuff that you've seen it all. And that's
Sean and Sadie make a heck of a team.
Yeah.
A great
emissions
team.
repair.
Much like us.
Hold on. Emissions repair. Just simple stuff. Yeah. You guys go as far. You guys get to do some fleet services.
Emissions repair, by the way, is not simple stuff, man.
It
can be really
depends on how bad you did, or
he needs a Diva kit. He needs a Diva kit. I'll buy it for him. Okay,
man, listen. You guys also offer fleet services for large corporate companies, right?
We do.
And if you don't got the bread to do it right away, they offer finances. You guys can finance your big. I got to get a new transmission, or I got to do this. You guys offer all that. So it's a one-stop shop for everything. I got to get my windows tinted. Hey, I got to get my brakes checked. It's all there. Hey, I want to restore, like you just said, Joey, my 65 Mustang. Yep. I want to get this done. I implore you, Grease Diva Garage in Frederick. Yes. They will take care of all of your needs. And they're part of the Final Word family. And we sit here. Yeah. And, look where you're at, Sadie. Look at the camera. You see the TV? Yeah. I look, Joe, take your head off. Hey, listen, tell them why we don't have a barbershop. Come on. First of all, show them real quick. We got to keep it light. I don't have it. Look, come on. Take it out. Ah, there it is.
There it is.
We don't have a barbershop because we don't have any hair.
Barbershop today. Hey, listen, Alex, we got to roll. We have the great Bill Foss coming up next to wrap up the show. But before we let you go,
Yes.
can you tell everybody, Sadie, how to get up there, any phone numbers they need to call, and just social media, how to follow you guys. And for all you Final Word listeners and social media freaks, Alex will have some stuff out every week and once a month. We are definitely, hopefully, we'll be able to get like a free oil change, or we'll do something to get customers up there, 24-point vehicle inspection, something like that.
Yeah.
Because these are the people I trust my car as far as, when we're talking about the wonderful job that Grease Diva does on classics. When I get my classic, and I am getting ready to buy one, I am taking it to Grease Divas.
Thank you.
All right, man, one more time. How do we get a hold of you guys?
All right. So our phone number is 720-731-3000. You head straight up north on I-25 at Highway 52, and you're going to take a left. It's exit 235, and we're right there. Super easy to find. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, and we are very well connected with the Final Word.
That's right.
So excited to be a part of this family. So excited.
You know what? Yesterday, I was up in Boulder, and I wanted to do the halftime report with Grease Diva Garage, but I was like, you know what? I got to make sure I talked to Sadie and Sean before I start blabbing about. Give us a call right now.
Hey, Alex,
20% off.
I love this guy.
And I love everything.
We have other guests coming on.
Joe,
Joe. Love you,
Joe,
man.
hold on, Joe.
All right, go ahead.
You gotta calm down for a second.
I got it. Hurry up,
3450 South Highway 52, Frederick, Colorado, 80516, 720-731-3000.
Yes.
The official home of Grease Diva Garage on the Mile High Sports Network. We are ecstatic. Sean,
amen.
Big shout out to
Sean.
Iron Mike.
Yes.
Mike and everybody who's Colorado Spartans.
And
Tony
our good
Thompson.
friend Tony Thompson.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
everybody
Spartans
who's made
amazing.
everything
Hey,
possible.
and Sadie, I will say this. You are somebody that is special to us already. We learned more from you about cars in our little meeting, literally, than I've ever learned in my life. And I have been on a car lot a long time. And we're just really thrilled to have you and your husband and the entire Grease Divas family to join our family. Hey, if you're somebody who needs work done and you have a classic, you'd be dead wrong by not taking it to Grease
We need a
Divas.
prediction, though.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Sadie. How are the Broncos going to do today?
I'm thinking Broncos are going to take it. I think
All
they're
right.
going to take
Give me
it
a
by
score.
20. I'm going by 20.
All right.
What's the score?
Sadie's
Give me a
got it
score.
by
Give me a score.
20.
I'm
Like
going to go. Oh my God, you're making me do math. I'm
The
going to
Broncos are
do.
favored by 8.5 points.
No, she said 20.
So what would that be?
30
Help
to
me out.
10. You want to do 30
Okay,
to 10,
I'm down
something
with
like
30
that?
to 10.
All
I'm
right,
down with
30 to
that.
10.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey,
Yeah.
that's my
Sean's
game.
just like,
Hey,
Yes.
happy wife, happy life.
Hey,
Happy
that's
life,
it.
happy life.
I love it. Sean, you and I both figured that out. Hey, when we get back,
Still trying to
thanks for
figure that
coming on, and we will talk to Sadie every other week right here at this time. And sometimes the good news is you get to stay right there in Frederick and
All
just
right.
chill out. But sometimes we want you.
Or we will bring our show
we'll
on the
bring-
road.
Yeah, or we'll head up there and do
at
a
the
great
garage.
I love it. We could do a special Saturday night edition up there.
Yeah.
That would be pretty
Saturday.
cool. Saturday night, because when the Broncos play at 11,
Yeah,
we do our
we'll
show on
on
Saturday night.
Okay.
So that might be something we arranged to head up.
I
to
saw
Grease
there was a
Divas.
Holiday Inn right next there too.
Hey,
so
there
we
is
could get
fun.
kind of crazy with the Grease Diva. I
know.
stayed him at the Spartans games.
I'm going to say this.
Let's go, Spartans!
If anybody's
Yeah,
going
you've
to come
seen me,
up
I've
to
seen
an
you.
event at
I
Grease
see
Divas,
everybody. I see
be prepared to maybe just stay in Frederick for a while.
Stay in Frederick for a
Yeah,
couple days.
and get your car worked on. All right,
Why
hey,
not?
Sadie, we love you guys, and we're really excited to do business. Let's get some people in, and we'll start by hopefully doing a little creativity. We'll get a contest going, and by the time she's in here next, we'll have something to give away on behalf of Grease Divas.
Oh, I need brakes
Until
on my
then-
car. My dad needs
Hey,
brakes on his
until
car.
then,
Those are two right
we
there.
have stuff to keep you busy. Don't worry about it. We got plenty of friends and family who've already called me up, and they're basically they don't have classics, but they need work done right now. All right, when we get back, we got Bill Foss, all of our good friends from Suavecito Tequila. He's coming in to wrap it up when you return to the Final Word with Joe Rico and Alex Ramirez, live from number 38 on the Mile High Sports YouTube channel.
My name is Anthony with Plunge Plus Plumbing. We've been in business for 16 years. We service from Longmont to Castle Rock and everywhere in between. We specialize in service work, underground sewers, water heaters, drain cleaning, faucet repair. If it's in your home, we fix it. We also ensure that our customer service is top notch and customer satisfaction is our utmost priority. Our motto is honest service, honest price. We're not going to sell you a bunch of stuff that you don't need or that you don't want. We'll just take care of the issue at hand and be on our way. Most of the time we can get there same day. If you need plumbing, give us a shout. 720-434-5832. Or you can reach us on our website at plungeplus.com. We are proud sponsors of The Final Word.
With millions of page views every year, ColoradoPreps.com is the #1 source for the high school sports community to keep up with the latest news and scores. From football and volleyball to basketball and softball, ColoradoPreps.com provides a year-round hub for coaches, friends, and family to stay connected to their favorite schools and athletes, and keep an eye on their rivals. Covering high school sports from the peaks to the plains, you always get the latest at ColoradoPreps.com.
Spartans! What is your profession? This is blasphemy. This is madness. Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender. This is Sparta!
My name is Anthony Mayer, owner and founder of Game Time PDR. We're located in north part of Denver, 6825 Broadway, pretty much on Highway 36 and I-25. So we specialize in repairing hail damaged vehicles. My technicians have special rods, and the goal is to get the tools underneath the dents. And with the special lights and the angles, they're able to actually massage the metal back to factory standards. We offer a done-for-you service from top to bottom. Literally, the customer doesn't have to do anything. They bring their vehicle to us. We get them under our specialty lights. We write up an estimate, submit them to the insurance, get it approved from the insurance, get it in production, get it washed up, and get it back to the customer. We do waive deductibles up to $1,000, and anybody that mentions the Colorado Spartans, we're giving them a $200 gift card. Go Spartans!
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bill Foss, the owner and maker of Suavecito Tequila. Suavecito Tequila is unique from any other tequila for three main reasons. The first one is my agave farm in Mexico. It's an hour and a half south of Guadalajara, and it's up in the mountains at a 7,000-foot altitude. So we have mountain-grown agave. Americans hear about mountain-grown coffee and mountain-grown grapes. They never hear about mountain-grown agave, okay? Only 8 or 9% of all tequilas are made with Highlands agave, and it's superior to Lowlands agave. Number two, I extra age my tequilas. To be a reposado, it has to be stored in a barrel for 2 months. I keep it there for 9 months. The añejo has to be in the barrel 1 year. I keep it 2 years. The extra añejo has to be in the barrel 3 years. I age it 5 years. That extra aging just gives it more body, more texture, and more flavor. And last but not least, we're the only tequila that adds 2% agave nectar back into the tequila. This little bit of agave nectar eliminates the burn going down your throat. Makes Suavecito Tequila the smoothest tequila you will ever drink.
My name is Anthony with Plunge Plus Plumbing. We've been in business for 16 years. We service from Longmont to Castle Rock and everywhere in between. We specialize in service work, underground sewers, water heaters, drain cleaning, faucet repair. If it's in your home, we fix it. We also ensure that our customer service is top-notch and customer satisfaction is our utmost priority. Our motto is honest service, honest price. We're not going to sell you a bunch of stuff that you don't need or that you don't want. We'll just take care of the issue at hand and be on our way. Most of the time we can get there same day. If you need plumbing, give us a shout. 720-434-5832. Or you can reach us on our website at plungeplus.com. We are proud sponsors of The Final Word.
With millions of page views every year, ColoradoPreps.com is the #1 source for the high school sports community to keep up with the latest news and scores. From football and volleyball to basketball and softball, ColoradoPreps.com provides a year-round hub for coaches, friends, and family to stay connected to their favorite schools and athletes, and keep an eye on their rivals. Covering high school sports from the peaks to the plains, you always get the latest at ColoradoPreps.com.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender.
This is Sparta!
My name is Anthony Mayer, owner and founder of Game Time PDR. We're located in north part of Denver, 6825 Broadway, pretty much on Highway 36 and I-25. So we specialize in repairing hail-damaged vehicles. My technicians have special rods, and the goal is to get the tools underneath the dents. And with the special lights and the angles, they're able to actually massage the metal back to factory standards. We offer a done-for-you service from top to bottom. Literally, the customer doesn't have to do anything. They bring their vehicle to us. We get them under our specialty lights. We write up an estimate, submit them to the insurance, get it approved from the insurance, get it in production, get it washed up, and get it back to the customer. We do waive deductibles up to $1,000, and anybody that mentions the Colorado Spartans, we're giving them a $200 gift card. Go Spartans!
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bill Foss, the owner and maker of Suavecito Tequila. Suavecito Tequila is unique from any other tequila for three main reasons. The first one is my agave farm in Mexico. It's an hour and a half south of Guadalajara, and it's up in the mountains at a 7,000-foot altitude. So we have mountain-grown agave. Americans hear about mountain-grown coffee and mountain-grown grapes. They never hear about mountain-grown agave, okay? Only 8 or 9% of all tequilas are made with Highlands agave, and it's superior to Lowlands agave. Number two, I extra age my tequilas. To be a reposado, it has to be stored in a barrel for 2 months. I keep it there for 9 months. The añejo has to be in the barrel 1 year. I keep it 2 years. The extra añejo has to be in the barrel 3 years. I age it 5 years. That extra aging just gives it more body, more texture, and more flavor. And last but not least, we're the only tequila that adds 2% agave nectar back into the tequila. This little bit of agave nectar eliminates the burn going down your throat. Makes Suavecito tequila the smoothest tequila you will ever drink.
My name is Anthony with Plunge Plus Plumbing. We've been in business for 16 years. We service from Longmont to Castle Rock and everywhere in between. We specialize in service work, underground sewers, water heaters, drain cleaning, faucet repair. If it's in your home, we fix it. We also ensure that our customer service is top-notch and customer satisfaction is our utmost priority. Our motto is honest service, honest price. We're not going to sell you a bunch of stuff that you don't need or that you don't want. We'll just take care of the issue at hand and be on our way. Most of the time we can get there same day. If you need plumbing, give us a shout. 720-434-5832. Or you can reach us on our website at plungeplus.com.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bill Foss, the owner and maker of Suavecito Tequila. Suavecito Tequila is unique from any other tequila for three main reasons. The first one is my agave farm in Mexico. It's an hour and a half south of Guadalajara, and it's up in the mountains at a 7,000 foot altitude. So we have mountain-grown agave. Americans hear about mountain-grown coffee and mountain-grown grapes. They never hear about mountain-grown agave, okay? Only 8 or 9% of all tequilas are made with highlands agave, and it's superior to lowlands agave. Number two, I extra age my tequilas. To be a reposado, it has to be stored in a barrel for 2 months. I keep it there for 9 months. The añejo has to be in the barrel 1 year. I keep it 2 years. The extra añejo has to be in the barrel 3 years. I age it 5 years. That extra aging just gives it more body, more texture, and more flavor. And last but not least, we're the only tequila that adds 2% agave nectar back into the tequila. This little bit of agave nectar eliminates the burn going down your throat. Makes Suavecito tequila the smoothest tequila you will ever drink.
Well, you couldn't have queued it up any better. That was our great friend Bill Foss from Suavecito to commercial, and now we have him live. Our great friend
What
Bill
do they
Foss.
say, Joey? They don't have it.
Demand it.
They don't get it at your liquor store.
Demand it.
They don't have it at your local watering hole.
Demand it.
They don't have it at your hotel.
Demand it. If they don't have it at your friend's house, you make them go out to the liquor store and
Go out
buy
and get
some.
it. Go get
That's
it.
right.
Go get it.
Well, we do now have our great friend Bill Foss from Suavecito Tequila. And Bill, can't believe 7 years. This is our 8th NFL season together. 7 years, 8 NFL seasons. And each year, Suavecito Tequila gets nearer and dearer to our hearts. It's the start of every one of my parties, and it forever will be.
One of the end ones,
yeah,
too.
and it's also the end. And, you know, we have had so many great times together. We shared another one here last week. I got to share a very nice dinner with you and B, something I'll always remember. And just want to say thank you, first of all, for everything you've done for Alex and me. You're an amazing guy, and you're an ambassador for not only Suavecito Tequila, but also the Final Word. You're like an honorary part of our program. You're like the guy behind
There
the
is no
scenes.
final word without
Bill
Suavecito
Foss
and Bill.
Yeah, there would never have been any of the successes we've had, would never have happened without you. We just want to say before we get started on the tequila, what a great guy you are and how much fun we've had hanging out with you. We still got a couple more months of fun, and we still would like to go and hang out and do some great stuff. And the main thing is, you know, Suavecito Tequila is what brought us all together. Talk a little bit about, you know, what a banner year. 2025 has been the best year ever for Suavecito Tequila. How proud of you, of your staff, and myself.
Look at Stano, man. Look at Stano behind you. Do that again, Stano. Do that again. Look. It's crazy. Go ahead. I guess it's crazy.
Yeah, no, our sales have been doubling every year for the last several years. When Total Wine made us a national tequila with their big chain, we hired 30 different tasting people all around the United States, from California to Texas to Florida to New York. And we do tastings all around the United States every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And as a result, our sales have quadrupled with Total Wine and More. Because once people taste Suavecito tequila, they love it. They share it with their family and friends, and then their family and friends come and buy a bottle.
That's sure the case with me, Alex. What about you?
Suavecito tequila has changed not only my life, Joey, but my ability to drink alcohol, as far as like understanding. Like, I'm a Bud Light guy, right, Joey? You know, I've always been that way. I never really
ever since I met you. Bud Light.
I've never really been a guy that really
no hard alcohol.
Nah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But when I met Bill 7 years ago, and we were able to actually understand Suavecito tequila and understand the differences, how it's cultivated in the highlands and the lowlands agave. And let's go over that real quick, Bill, before I start going into your starting lineup and what you've done, you and your son have done. Let's talk about what that difference is in tequila when you talk about Suavecito and what makes you guys separate and different from other tequila companies.
Well, Americans all have heard of mountain-grown coffee, mountain-grown grapes. They've never heard of mountain-grown agave for tequila. It's called Highlands agave, and it's superior to lowlands agave, just like mountain-grown coffee is superior to lowlands coffee. It's superior, and only 8 or 9% of all tequilas are made with mountain-grown Highlands agave. So we're at the top 8 or 9% just because of our plants. Then we extra age our tequila. To be a reposado, it's got to be aged in a barrel 2 months. We age it 9 months.
So hold on, let's backtrack real quick what you just said. So in order for it to be considered a reposado, a normal reposado is aged how much?
3 months.
Only 2.
Joe, I'm sorry. You sound like Bill Foss. Again, Bill, one more time.
It has to be aged 2 months in the barrel to be called a reposado.
All right. And you guys do it
9 months.
9 months. Okay. Next one.
The añejo has to be aged in a barrel 1 year. We age it 2 years.
In a retired bourbon barrel.
Yes.
Which means what? That means that the barrel is encrusted in its cavity of dark booze, right? I mean, I don't know. How do you explain that? I mean, how do you explain that, Bill?
Yeah, that's a great explanation.
Well, my distillery buys used bourbon barrels. So when it's aged in the bourbon barrel, it gets that brown color a little faster.
Okay.
It gets tiny bits of flavor out from the oak, from the wood in the barrel, as opposed to it being just a California oak barrel. Because it's a used bourbon barrel, there's more flavor and more color and more texture to our tequilas.
Well, let me just say this. Having drank in every one of your tequilas.
Joe, that was the second one. We're going through the lineup.
I got it. You just calm down. We don't have time to go through 7 straight things of our lineup, okay? I got it. He has 5 and he has an extra nail. All right, we have about 4 more minutes left in the whole segment, okay? Give me a moment here, okay? With all due respect.
That was rude, Joe. Come on, that was rude, man. We went to the reposado. Let's go to the next one, man.
All right, so let's speed it up real quick and say this. The Añejo and the extra Añejo are definitely the two of my favorite.
Can you let Bill talk about
a little bit about the Añejo and extra Añejo? I apologize. My mistake. Sorry about that, Alex.
To be an Añejo, it's got to be aged in a barrel 1 year. We age it 2 years. To be an extra Añejo, it's got to be aged in a barrel 3 years. We age it 5 years.
All right.
So we extra age all of our stuff that makes them all smoother, more flavorful, and deeper colors and texture. And we do it because we want to separate our tequilas from all the other tequilas that are out there.
Well, the one thing I was trying to chime in on is you do such a great job with the Añejo and extra Añejo. And I think that 5 years, that's insane because that's a big difference. A reposado, 7 extra months, that's one thing, okay? That does add some extra flavor and caramel. But when you talk about the Añejo and a full extra year, you age the Añejo, that could almost make it an extra Añejo. And then the extra Añejo, you do that 3 years instead. Now you do 5 years. Talk about that extra aging, because to me, that's what makes the tequilas the best. That's why the Añejo and the extra Añejo are my favorite.
Oh yeah, no, that extra aging just, as I mentioned, gives it more color, more flavor, more texture, and it just goes down smoother.
Alex, I was going to ask about the last one. Can I ask about the last one, Joe, if that's okay? The Cristalino, which was one of my favorites.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. I was just talking about the Añejo and extra Añejo. They're my favorites. Go ahead.
The
Final word, buddy. It's the final word. Go ahead, man. You got to talk. I mean, you talk.
I do talk, but you don't let me talk. So that's why it's called the final word. So I'm
straight.
asking a question about our sponsor that's here right now,
Yes, go
talking
ahead.
about it. So
Yes,
let
go
him finish the starting line.
Cristalino.
All right,
Go ahead.
All right,
Cristalino,
man.
Bill.
Not that hard, dude.
Ours is a Reposado Cristalino, which means we take our brown Reposado tequila, put it through a charcoal filtration system that removes the color. Our Cristalino is white, looks like a Blanco, but it's a Reposado with the color removed. And so it's a Reposado with added flavors from the charcoal.
And the charcoal makes the blend white.
Oh, yeah.
That's the mysterious thing about this tequila, Cristalino, which I believe it's delicious, Bill. But that one really kind of gives you the understanding of all your tequilas come together with the Cristalino. Would I be wrong to say that?
Oh, no, you're absolutely right.
They all come in together at one time and say, hey, it's part of Añejo, it's part of the barreling process, it's part of the charcoal process, it's part of the barrel process all the way around.
Right.
That's the one I really, really enjoy a lot. And I think that's the one right now. And I watched a lot of fights and a lot of different big events where Cristalino is really now being focused as a tequila that is being sold all around the world.
No, it is. We are now being sold all around the world. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, we just signed a contract with England, another contract with Azerbaijan.
Wow. Who's that?
I've got.
Where's that?
It's in
Azerbaijan?
just outside of Russia. And I've got two men that are in Russia all next week negotiating with the largest liquor store chain in all of Russia, a chain that has 17,000 liquor stores just in Russia.
So you and Vladimir Putin are pretty tight?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, all right,
yeah.
Billy, listen, man. We only got a couple minutes left in the segment, and it is time now to talk a little bit about the Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. Alex, do you want to run the scores down afterwards? Go ahead. No. Can I speak? I'd like to ask a question, if that's all right.
It is a halftime.
Thank you. I got it. I said you can run them down when I'm done asking my final question.
Right.
Is that okay with you? All right, so here we go. I want to ask you about the Titans and Broncos specifically today. Opening day, Bo Nix, he's had his second year. They're facing a rookie quarterback, Cam Ward, never played a game in the NFL. Broncos defense been talked about as top 5, one of the best defenses. I'm not sure that, it's going to come out exactly the way that everybody thinks, but give me your thoughts a little bit about some of the keys to today's game.
Well, during the 3 preseason games, I thought the coaching staff did a great job, offensively and defensively. Obviously, they had 3 different quarterbacks. They had all kinds of different offensive players, wide receivers, but the coaches called good plays, really good offensive plays, really good defensive plays. The coaching staff was right on the ball, and I think they're going to be really on the ball today, especially with a rookie starting quarterback for the opponent.
All right, give us your prediction.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt Broncos are going to win easily by at least 2 touchdowns.
All right, you heard it. Billy Foss.
Bill Foss, drop your mortgage.
He said,
Bill basically said, drop the kids' college fund.
Yep. Put it on the Broncos.
He said, just put your mortgage on it. It's done.
All right, you want to give us the scores?
Halftime, let's go. Halftime report presented to you by Suavecito Tequila, the world's smoothest tequila. All right, halftime, Joey. The Buccaneers 10, the Falcons 10. Surprise? No surprise? Nah.
Yeah, tie game.
Yeah, tie game. 0-0, basically. Bengals and Browns. Bengals 14, Browns 10. So far,
Bengals are holding serve.
Yeah, I mean, they're
right.
Dolphins and Colts. Dolphins at Indianapolis, 20-0 Indianapolis.
That's a surprise.
I don't know if it's really a surprise. It's more like when is Tua going to get out of here?
Yeah.
The Raiders are at the Patriots. The Patriots up 10-7. Joey, halftime. Still a lot of football to be played there.
Close game.
Arizona at New Orleans 17-10. No surprise there. The Steelers at the Jets. Jets 19-17. The Giants Commanders game 14. Commanders Giants 3 just went into halftime right now.
14-3.
Yep. There's a delayed game in the Jaguars game. That's in Florida, so you know what's going on there.
Some kind of weather.
Doesn't
delay.
matter. Who cares? That's it. That's what it's at, Joe.
All right. Hey, listen, for our great friends, our man, Troy Renck from the Denver Post, Bill Foss from Suavecito Tequila, the lovely Sadie LeFell from Grease Diva. This is the team the Broncos have always, I mean, they've been talked about more than anybody in the offseason. Alex, you and I give our predictions. I've got the Broncos winning. I think it'll be kind of a sloppy one. I have the Broncos winning 19-10 in kind of a boring game, but I think the defense steps up. Alex, your prediction.
I'm not dropping the house like Bill Foss wants to do, or, mortgage the college kids' future, or maybe sell your house, or
well, I got
Bill's got extra few $1 million he can just give away and donate to the sports book. Not me, Joe. I think this is going to be tougher than we actually thought.
All right.
I think Tennessee's going to come out playing.
Now?
I think the game's going to be really close. I think it's going to be 20-17. The Broncos get out of this one barely.
All right, and there you go. And Nick Arch, what do you think? Do the Broncos cover the 8.5?
They're showing a tendency to start waking up later in the game, so I'm going to give it 24-10 Broncos.
All right, there you go.
That's not 8.5.
Hey, man, he covers it. Yeah, it is. Alex, they win by 14. No, he said 24-10, right? Yeah, 24-10.
Oh,
yeah, 24-10. All right, that's it, man. For our great friends, it's Sadie, all right, LeFell from Grease, or LeFell from Grease Divas, Bill Foss from Suavecito Tequila, and Troy Renck from the Denver Post. For my partner, Alejandro Ramirez, you make this show, Colorado.
Have a
we'll
great
see you
next
Monday.
week. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys.
Enjoy.